wonder if it's. All right, I'm back. I wonder if it's the server I'm going into. That's good. I can cut the first video off completely, and then I put that in. Yeah, it looks much better now. So okay, good. So hope you're all doing well here. All right. So it's what, 6:56.
Yeah.
Good. I like doing it on the preludes. That's good. So, then if look, the numbers falsely go up to 61, then they drop way down, which is really weird. You know, because we don't have 61 people in right now. It's early. Hi. How are you all doing here on Wednesday? We're kicking off. This kicks off 4 streams this week, going up to GaryCon. So with me as always, I got Greyhawk Mike on tonight. Unfortunately, his game got canceled, and
Hey,
and
everybody.
Anna B. Meyer. So
Hello.
hope you all had fun Sunday night. What a blast that discussion was. Just throwing Ed into the mix, it can go in 100 different directions, you know. So
Yep.
all right, good. It's so much better there. I'm glad I did it. So. Sometimes I make I don't make the wrong mistakes, but usually I get blamed for them. So just kidding. All right, so tonight, so we figured out what are we going to do tonight, and Mike put this up a while back in the suggestion list. As I went back and looked, I'm like, oh, this is great, because and now that Mike's here, it's pretty mindless for both of us, right?
Oh no.
It is, but we have a lot of references that we'll go over, and they're going through it. There's a lot of different places where you can find Greyhawk City content. And I forgot one. Well, 3 of them. I'm just gonna the Falcon series. I may stay away from them. I don't know. They make me burn. So yeah, 2 grog minimum. Yes, you got it. So but yeah, we'll have a fun discussion here. So I'll ask the first question. It's still, do we have any updates? Any Gary kind of Founders Legends updates since everything's Sunday night? I don't think so. Oh, so
Oh.
one thing, Curtis said to me, a Tower of Gygax gift, because they're giving out prizes, right? So Curtis asked, "Would you?" So here, I'm giving away a Whore in the Holes. It'll be signed. So there you go. All right, that's one of the Tower Gygax gifts. Thanks, Curtis, for thinking of me. So there you go. Yep. Win prizes in the Tower Gygax. How that gets calculated, I have no freaking clue. So that'll be good. So you know what? You can't do the drawing because I didn't set it up. You're all boned. Hey, Justinius. So as I'm setting this up, Greg Justinius didn't sound like he's thrilled with dwarves in D&D or playing dwarves in Greyhawk, which I found amusing. Anna there. So because he's playing in the Slav Squad game, and no, you're in the Slavers game, right? No, I mean the Slav game, and yeah, he's playing Mike Disney's character Skarn Wolfmaster. So we didn't seem to be too thrilled about it, but that's okay. We'll have. All right, so the giveaway's going. We should be good. Let me just check everything else here. And we're clear. Good. I'm glad I restarted it. It's just weird. Maybe go through a bad server. So the Slavs, yes, the Slavs can use him. Plus, Skarn is kind of integral to this story. So, question for the 2 of you: how many times have you done adventuring in Greyhawk City? A guess.
At least 20 times.
Really?
Oh yeah, back in the day I did lots of adventure. Yeah, I actually went through preparing for this. I went through the my first atlas.
Oh
this
wow!
one
Look at
back
that
in the
binder.
late 80s. Yeah, it's a binder I did back in the 80s. I made these for the first one. I was learning to use Corel Draw and stuff like that when they came out early 90s, like 92 or something like that, 93. I did these and I started doing maps. So I have my first city maps and stuff here, and they are from probably about 90 or so, 80, 87, 88, something like that. 90, and I have a whole, there's probably what can it be, 100 sheets in here with maps of the city. So this is not the oldest. I'm see if I can find one, because this I had the map from a book
Oh,
we're going
you
to
got
talk
the map
about.
from
From City of Hawks, but we're going to dig into that. But I have one map earlier on, so let's see. I can see if I can find it here.
So as Aaron is talking and looking savage,
yeah.
you and Justinius are playing the same character in 2 different adventures. So just so you know that you're both playing Scar and Wolfmaster. So just note that. I'm using other so.
And these were I made maps like this of every quarter of the city, with every street.
Oh my gosh!
And
by hand?
All the
back then?
by hand. These are drawn by hand.
80s. I
Back
guess
in
they
the
had
day.
to be drawn by hand back then.
Oh yeah, they were not much computer back then in the 80s. I think awesome. I had a computer. I had an Amiga back then, but that was
ahead of their time.
Yeah. This is the very first Greyhawk map I made. I had no idea, because I've never seen a map.
Color.
So
are you gonna scan them in, digitize them so you can show them at the?
Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Yep. I'm going to scan them in and use
them
for base. So I have the new city and old city, and then the Celinton, and I have
that's awesome.
Yeah. So these, and the castle of Greyhawk is on here as well. And these, because when I saw this, I've only heard about the city. I've never seen a map of it.
Yeah,
because this was before the box set came out, or before the Saga of Old City or any other books. So I just started making a map, and then the other stuff is done after, when the books started coming out and the box set and stuff come out. So I have about 100 pages of maps and stuff here. So I'm going to share these as nostalgia when I'm doing my Greyhawk project coming forward. So I assembled all the stuff.
Great. I'm glad you found that too, because
I kept every. I mean, like you. I don't throw away anything.
No.
Yep.
So Mike, I know it's probably about 100 times for you, right? You were in there for a long time.
It's a lot. I definitely played enough. This is a reprint.
That's okay.
I played that City of Greyhawk so much that I felt like I knew the material by heart.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why I said this is going to be pretty easy to run today. Of course, mine is on under 20 stacks of books because I'm running out of space. Oh, I want to share something I got.
I love how this turned into computer chat. Who knew that was
I mentioned
a riveting topic? They're just all into this.
I got my Dragon Slayer hard copy.
Cool.
Everyone else get him? Yeah, I got my Dragon Slayer hard copy.
Speaking of that, somewhere in here, I have my oldest computer-made map too. It's in here somewhere. I'll see if I can
That's what we need for
it.
tonight. Let me put Dragon Slayer over here, and now let me pick up the mess on my floor. So, I always ask this kind of question: what sticks out? What sticks out for you in Greyhawk? Like when you first think about it.
For me, it was I remember seeing Lady Hawk and some of the fantasy movies. So I imagined a gritty city full of nasty stuff, so to speak. So my first vision was way grittier than I think it is today. I think it's way more civilized than I think. Originally, I saw it full of monsters and all sorts of stuff. I just wanted it to be and then I realized.
You have to realize, monsters roaming the streets.
Yeah, so I was like, but quickly I kind of started to realize, no, it doesn't work that way. But I remember like thieves everywhere. Because it was the city of thieves and stuff. So I just thought everybody was stealing that. And then I realized it doesn't work like that. But I was 16, 17 years old, something 18. Yeah.
Yeah, Lee, blame Gary Holian for that. You should know that. Read in the Greyhawk.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was Gary's doing. So, how about you, Mike?
I like the shield for the city of Greyhawk has like this castle. Right? I mean, it's a city with a castle as part of it, and I mean, what more you need, right?
So true. That's a dead-on great one. That's the wrong one. And to elaborate on that, we are fortunate that we get stuff like this that Anna did, which is so of Greyhawk kind of shield, and you get the 2-drink minimum logo, which has the coins on it. So like, it's so awesome.
That was just
a great
stunning.
workup. Yeah.
Yeah, I have 25 new Herald shields. I mean, yeah, for at least that's how many I've done so far. So chins very, very soon.
So for me, it's this. I've said this multiple times. I get this. Argue with me, don't matter. And I was like, this box set, it's the best thing that's come out to date. Better than Hamlet.
Well, yeah, and until I had that box set, the city of Greyhawk to me was just a statistic.
Right. No, I agree 100%. It was such an awesome, these books are fantastic. And remember, it's been almost, I don't know if it's been 2 years, year and a half. We had Rick Rose on, who wrote one of these, and Maldic one was so excited. He came on for that stream. Still can't get Doug Niles there, Curtis, on, who wrote the other book. But, just, this is the basis for how you write any city in your world of Greyhawk. So there's stuff to be as good as this, That's just what I want it to be. Hey, Monk. So look at it that way as an idea. And yeah, you can't crack the whips. We had this discussion. No whip cracking till after GaryCon. But that's okay. And thank you for all the anti-hero points going against Squad already, Curtis. You made my day there Sunday night. We're going to take a tour now. I don't even know what a tour and Lethal. What's going on?
Well, I wasn't certain if I'd ever get to see this live, but how do you guys see a tour of Greyhawk City going? Like, how are you going to approach this?
So, and I want to start with this. There are maps galore, right? There are maps all over the place. So let's start there, okay? And if we go, by the way, Lethal, this is the Free City Greyhawk which is the main city in the Greyhawk setting, and we're going to do a tour of the city.
And we need to approach a little bit of how it was published, because we have 2 different versions of the city.
No, there's more than that.
Oh yeah, there's more than 2. There's 2 main versions of the city,
right.
And then
and as I thought when I broached the subject, I was literally taking tour of the city, to mean starting the old city, move up to the.
We're gonna do something. We're gonna do stuff like that. This is a 2-parter. Yeah. This is so. Okay. All right.
Well, I could break it into even more than 2 parts.
Oh yeah, we can. But we have an initialization or kind of a crash course.
How fast or how slow you want to take it. Okay.
Yeah.
Exactly. In 2 weeks we can stretch this out. So here's the thing: you have the Gord books, which come out in like 85. So before this, and this is the city, the face, right? They call it.
This comes out first.
So Anna, you are equating your thoughts of Greyhawk with that book.
Yes.
Because that and the box set are not same.
Yeah. So this was what got me hooked on the city. And then comes the box set, and then comes this. And this was kind of, wow, and also I have to say, in between when this came, I spent a week in Dubrovnik, Yugoslavia. And that was my second.
Cool.
Oh yeah, I think it was my second trip to Dubrovnik. And that is medieval city that is like, so that became kind of my role model for what city walls look like and stuff. So I read part of this and the 83 box set and stuff in Dubrovnik again. So I kind of, that set me up. So that if anyone wants to go to a city of Greyhawk vacation, I can recommend take this stuff and go to Dubrovnik. It's awesome. Yeah.
I haven't been to Europe, so I can't. I'm not.
Then you should go to Dubrovnik. Should be high on your list. It's a fantasy. It's like a medieval city. It's a World Heritage Site, so it's awesome. Now I guess it might be exploited by tourism, but back then it was relatively untouched.
So Loma says the first book, Saga Old Cities, available on Kindle. Huh?
Oh wow,
well, that's great.
That's
fantastic. So this is your location map for the Free City Girl box set. And then this is the map that a lot of people came out with. Oh, geez, I got that up still. I'm going to keep that up. Joe Block and all detailed this even more.
And that's Gary's. That's based on Gary's version of the city. But he changed a few things here and there and stuff. But but it's basically his vision. And the Gary's version of the city, that map here, it's in the Saga of Old City. It's this is the base map. This is the only map we have of Gary's version of Greyhawk that is published, so to speak. Yeah, it's small and it doesn't have much detail. And it only has the quarters listed on one page and then the gates on the other one.
My City of Greyhawk map is starting to fall apart.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, absolutely. And so what I did was this. Let me go to the bigger screen here. I took here, if I disconnect again, I took it's this Valusac, right? Valusac did this.
Yeah.
This is
eccentric.
This is the actual
poster.
picture of the right. This is an actual picture of the entire city, you know, with the buildings and all. So I use this as a reference a lot. Yeah. Now this is not the original map. This, believe it or not, is 25 years old. I actually spent all the time scanning, printing it on a decent paper, and taping that all together because I did not want to. I did not want to ruin my my map.
Original.
Yeah, the original. So that is actually a print, of it. So thanks,
I do have my Valid.
Cool.
Yeah, mine is sitting here somewhere too. I have the city
compared to the game map. This is in pristine condition.
Yeah, because you're not using it that much, right?
Right.
But the good thing about
I think it's awesome. It's an isometric view and a sketch, and I love it. Yeah. It's really, really cool.
But here's what you can do: is if you're doing references in the game, you can take these areas and blow them up, snip them, and get these really cool graphic pics. Here, there's a free city.
And what I love
so cool about it.
Yeah, and what I love about that was now we get a sketch. We get to see what all the buildings, all the major point of interest that it is from the box set are actually on here, which I love because if I make a city map of Greyhawk, I'm going to use the buildings look like. And
I would love to know how long it took to complete this.
We can. Well, if she's still around, we could ask, right?
Yeah. It should have taken at least many weeks.
Builder Master Crafter's on now, and I want to show this area for him. This is the area of the river quarter that we do a lot of adventuring down the. Now you can't see the side roads or anything, River Street, but this is a huge area for us. The Noble Pawn is, and a couple other establishments. So I always blew that up because the buildings. These buildings are very, very close, if not exact, to all the locations on this map.
Yeah.
Now, this map, as Malden has pointed out, and a lot of people have pointed out, like here's the arena, right? Here's the Free City Arena, right here that you saw in the other picture.
It's sparse.
It's too sparse. So we have a solution. We're doing a synopsis here. We have this solution, this puppy, right? I'm going to show you the newer. No, I'm going to show you the older version. He has two versions out. All right, here it is. Here's the Malden Greyhawk map. This is the map. This is which Living Journal Gazette 2.
Yeah.
All right.
It's a good rescue mission for that map. Yeah.
Yeah. Free City Greyhawk. This is my baby here, and I have converted my game over to using this map, but I'll still show the nice pictures, right? So when I'm inside the city, because it's got a lot of sprawl on the outside, right? A lot more, as you can see. Yeah.
Still in one piece.
Oh, that's good.
Unfortunately, it's got this Living Greyhawk thing on it.
Oh yeah, that was the the ugliest Greyhawk logo of the.
But we also for the fundraiser we gave away 2 of these. So courtesy of Cannibal and Samwise, each gave me one. And the winners were very happy that they got these. So
it's printed with Dennis Tetro's signature on it. So you don't need to
Dennis is like
need to ask him to sign it.
Malden said he's going to or hop on tonight. Oh, by the way, Classic D&D reprint tonight. All right, we got a certain level height train. I'll double it, but we got a ton of stuff for you to give. A lot of classic games, a lot of Necromancer games. So some good stuff. So exclamation point drawing for that. Yeah. So this is the Malden map. And there's a lot of changes, and we're going to go over this in these 2 weeks because we're going to go through Living Greyhawk Journal 2 and number 5, showing all the different places. Because Malden actually, what's his name? Mercat, right? Mercotia. His
Yeah,
wizard
Melkot. Yep.
has an actual place in published source. Lastly is Malden's updated version of the, and this is a really nice map. This one.
I helped out a little bit on that one.
You did? Oh, okay, cool.
Yep.
This is version 2.0 of Malden's map. Whoops.
Yep.
So
I did a little bit of the textures and stuff like that. I provided that for him.
So
that was,
when we go over to the Artisan Quarter and Clarksburg, because they're noted in the Living Greyhawk journals, we will go to this map. The other places, we're going to go to the Free City Greyhawk box map, unless Anna wants to make a reference to the Sagamore City map.
When it comes to their point of interest, this one is really, really good.
Yes.
This is the best because this list, if a few places are not in the box set, but they're. It's basically this one is for context and has a different different layout and a different vision of the city, but the places you can all use the places from the, so for me it bind that's and Saga of Old City, it's all three, so to speak. And so I skipped the map from the box set. I used this base map and put all the things that are in the box set on the, in my opinion, much bigger and more people and stuff like that. So so that's my way of approaching the city. So the box set comes with the content and this one comes with the layout and the vision.
But for the purpose of not confusing a lot of the new people.
Oh yeah, exactly. I'm just going to say that. So
if you can get this, you get this and use this map first, then you build from there.
And you can get that on drive-through.
Yeah, drive-through. They pulled off. They pulled off Roger Moore's.
Damn!
2.5. Yeah, they're pulling stuff off for some reason.
Yeah.
No one's on it. So please ask questions as we go. Talk to us more about the train. What train?
Train.
What are you talking about? Yeah, I missed that. I missed that. So. Melcott, thank you. My God, my brain's off tonight. Okay. So let's start. And if we have time in week 2, we'll go into the outskirts. We'll go around outside. That's where we'll start. We'll start at some key places on the outside. How's that sound?
Sure. Yeah.
And here we go. Have fun with this, and like I said, please ask questions. And this is going to be a blast. I think Free Secret box set, right? 2 books. So I think we're going to go to book 2. We'll stay in this one first, and then all the characters and stuff, city walls and beyond. So that's where we're going to go. Is page 40 on this. I jumped all the way past. Because there's some places on the outskirts of the city. There aren't very many places noted on the outskirts of the city, but there are in here, right? Because you need to have some of these that are, here we go.
But that's typical. The text is way more detailed than the map is, because the map is kind of ad hoc done afterwards or before the text. So it's
we get past level 3, I'll double it, man, like I normally do, just to cover shipping. A city-based campaign. Greg, this is your best way. Find something that interests you and build a story around it. And this book, things that interest you. All ready? Watch this. Thieves Guild's conflicts. Corellan's arrows. The Fellowship of the Torch. The Shape Changers. Right? Krista the Urchin. I could go on and on and on about all the different things that are in this book. Right? Manner, which we're going to show in a second. There's so many great, cool things you can develop around that. Plus, remember, this thing came with like, what, 15 to 20 adventure cards as well? That, you know, one-shot cards. So you got some stuff in the city outside. Yeah, that's your best way, is to find something that interests you. So, outside the city, there's an observatory. A lot of people don't know this.
Yeah. Is that dedicated to
Great college.
Is it like a religious thing? I was thinking, not for long, but his brother,
Celestian.
I always assumed it was a Celestian temple, and kind of made it into where his priests observed the space and
Tim,
so
I'm
on and so
hoping I have
forth.
choppy audio, man, because we're crystal clear here. So, no, it's owned by the Grade College, and there's a professor there. So it mentions no religious aspects at all of this. It's more of a learning, astronomy, astrology, or whatever they're, for that. So but it does not state that at all here. Maybe it gets changed in future ones, but we're going back to the original box set. So, yeah, really cool. Also, and we'll throw up the map here real quick, is this location, which is really neat. Here you get your stone ring and also Lord Wainwright's Manor, which is clearly on the outskirts of the city walls. One of the few noted places. Good, Tim. That's good to hear. On the outskirts of the city walls, which is really awesome. Mike, please chime in at any point on any notation.
And it's cool that Druid's Gate is just next to the stone circle.
Yes, absolutely. And that's important too.
Yeah.
That's a really important location.
I think that's a really cool design feature there. Makes perfect sense.
So which gate you start at definitely sets the tone for whatever you're doing in the city.
Absolutely.
And the names of the gates are awesome. And I think there are some more gates in this one than it is in this. Yeah.
Wharf Gate, Cargo Gate, Duke's Gate. I've never come in it through or out Duke's Gate. Even it goes into the Garden Court and High Quarter.
Yeah.
I've never used that gate in the game.
There are 16 named gates in this book.
Wow, it's a lot. Yeah, but there's some that are inside the city.
Well, there is more. Foreign quarters is an old city are separate. So foreign quarters is a part of old city that is walled in itself. So there are gates to that one too, and so on. So, yeah.
Black Gate is there as well. So, and here's the Druid Gate with the stone ring, and Lord Wainwright's Manor. So, and what's good about this is you always get some history. So it talks about, he's a wagon maker, farm wagons. There's always recognizable the W branded on the bottom of each near the hitch, and that they have, they are the best in the world if you want that. And carts,
which is fun because if you're, like any other adventures, like if you know you're going to be hauling some stuff, you're always like, oh, we got to get a wagon.
Yeah.
So this is like you're leaving the city. Then you can like hit up Lord Wainwright on your way. But coming back to the city, I don't know if that makes as much sense.
Yeah, but it's really done well. Like I said, and note from our discussion with Rick Rose when he was working with Carl Sargent, according to them, they did this in a weekend. I don't know how any of that is possible.
They must have put pieces together they already had or something. But yeah, otherwise it seems impossible that they could have written this.
Thank you for the follow. Yeah, so and then they talk about the stone ring, which is nearby too.
Yeah.
So it's not even as impressive as Stonehenge, but it is a stone ring. And there is this you standing in the middle, and you get scrying capability, which is really neat. So hey, good to see you. Like I said, everyone, we got a classic D&D reprint giveaway. Please feel free ! To drawing to sign up. You're just gonna be on the claim. Thanks, fools. It's good to see you. So and I know that someone else, was it SRM or someone, there's a connection in this to Age of Worms too, correct? Mike, there's an Age of Worms. Anyone know the Age of Worms connection?
There's a couple chapters of Age of Worms that are set in the arena.
True, but I thought there was one that was connected to Stone Ring as well. I thought there was something.
Oh, the Stone Ring?
Yeah, yeah.
I don't remember that.
Okay, I could be remembering it wrong. Yeah, have no. There he is. There's Troy. Troy, you busting my balls? I wouldn't doubt it. I mean, I deserve it, right? I really do. But I think Troy's just, having some fun here. So will I. There we go. All right. Saga of the Old City and Dance of Demons are both on Kindle for under $7. Well, that's good. I don't know what's Dance of Demons.
Dance of Demons is one of the latest rogue books at the end of the series.
I got the whole pile of it. So, what?
Oh yeah.
I'll show. So, all right, I'll see you, Curtis. So here, this is a parting gift. This is when we all say I got all 7 books, and the only reason I have them is for one person in this world, and that is Jason Zavoda. Jason.
Yep.
So
you
don't
should
have
read
these
them
books?
too.
Yeah, I've read the first 2.
Read them.
And then
Okay.
everyone says they get bad after the first 2.
They're not bad, but they are They're harder to digest, so to speak.
So,
but City of Hawks are
Mm.
wonderful, and Knight Errant are also
You're right,
really
you're right,
good
Troy,
because
thank
they tie into the other ones are more about weird stuff happening in other planes and weird dimensions
Yeah.
but if you want to know the infernal and diabolical of Gerast Court and stuff, they are fantastic. That's part of that's Gary's best writing, in my opinion.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Excellent. Oh, that's okay. Thank you, Troy, on that. So that's outdoors. With this other noted place, one of my favorites. I used to like them going here. Garbage Hill.
Garbage Hill.
Oh, yep.
The hillside and riverbank south of the wharf is strewn with garbage and sewage. Sometimes the end of garbage hauler's workday comes before he drops his last load. That doesn't sound sexy or anything. And he jumps it when the bell sounds, or perhaps a wagon breaks. So it's just spread all over the place. It's pretty disgusting. So,
I won't talk about what my Garbage Hill.
They built a fortress out of it or something. No, okay. Well, they got people up to their heads in it. How did I know that?
Burying people.
Yeah, that's how did I know that? That's what. That's awesome. You know what, Bill? You can bust. I said I did not start that, and Anna's my witness. I had nothing to do with the Jays Angels thing. They did it.
Oh yeah,
Coco and Little Bird did it. I had nothing to do with it. So, and then Ed egged them on, and Ed was still egging them on in Twitter. So, audio-ness. Yes. So, hey, you know what, Rex Phelps, use whatever one you like to use. I use this one because I've done it ever since the late 80s, early 90s. I just like, this is the way we're going. And Bill will tell you, we did a ton of adventuring here. We still go back and forth here occasionally. So any other places of note on the outskirts of town? I know we can go to
there's Barge End.
Yeah, the Barge. Yeah.
Yeah.
Which I guess is too rough to be part of the interior of the city.
Gym was on the inside.
No, I think it's on the outside, upper left.
I think it's in the river quarter, isn't it? Mike, I think you're wrong on that. Wah, wah, wah. I think it's like it's R5, isn't it?
Barge Inn, Shacktown, by the Wharf Gate on the northwest.
Oh, it is. I'm wrong. Wah, wah, wah. Yes. But it's not on the map.
It's not on what map?
Here, look. It's not noted. Here's Shacktown. Oh, Barge End. I thought you said the Barge Inn.
Oh, Barge Inn.
That's what I thought you said, because there is a Barge Inn.
No,
yes.
Barge Inn.
I was saying Barge Inn. You're saying Barge End. Yes. Oh, yeah. Really cool place. Yeah. So tell us about this location, Mike.
Well, that's where the Rennie hang out.
Yes, it is.
That's Rennie Town.
It is.
Which is weird, because then if you just go down the wharf for a little ways through, the cargo gate to the river quarter, then there's plenty of more Rennie. So why do you have, this little Rennie enclave outside the city when there's just as many running around?
It was made over a weekend. They didn't have time to coordinate at the end. They just wrote it.
It's simple. They don't
now,
like
the possibility is it's probably for smuggling.
Yeah, and they don't like living in filth either.
Yeah.
So apparently in Barge End, you can walk from one end to the other without touching land. I remember in the book it says that. It looks like, right? With all the junks, they used to call them. That's what it looks like. One after another. So, yep. Really cool. And Shacktown is highlighted in the second Falcon novel adventure. I think one of them, there's a big fight in Shacktown that takes place. I want to say it's the second of the 3 Falcon adventures. They're so forgettable that I forget. Yeah, so they're just not very memorable, though. Yeah, so I guess it is. They did. That's why I use it. I used it because you build stuff around yourself, and you run with it. So, and like I said, you look at this and you're like, there's not much on the outskirts. But then, like I said, if you go to this one, if you go to the updated Malden map, it is sprawled out. Look at that. I mean, it's not even close. Look at the differences. And look at all the locations, which are noted not anywhere that we can get to, really. Hey.
Well, I wonder if the updated exterior areas are to reflect the fact that after the Greyhawk Wars, the city's population exploded like by tens of thousands. They couldn't fit in the city, so they had to build an outer city practically.
It's a great question for us to have asked Malden if he does show up.
I'm sure that would be my guess.
Put that on the to-do list to asking Dennis.
I'm looking here now at Shacktown.
There's nothing there.
558. No, there's not. But I'm saying in the 580s, it says Shacktown has 500 people in it. So if Shacktown has 500 people, or maybe even more, going by Malden's design, then those other exterior communities, you would think have a comparable population, right?
Yeah.
So you can almost reverse engineer it, like how many.
Two, he made it more of a cove.
Yeah.
Which is cool. Dennis made it a little more of a cove. So. Oh, yes, you are, Lee. You're playing with Coco and Little Bird and puppets and then some. Don't forget the and then some. It's very important. We're not running puppets. We're running puppets.
Are you playing puppets and using hand puppets?
They wish. It's going to be fun. That'll be my first GaryCon one. So after 3 times running, yeah. So we'll get to the map there on the outskirts, and so we're going to go back to this. So are we? Oh, thanks. Wow. Oh, wow. An equalizer. Oh man, I got to keep track of this. Oh my gosh. An ultimate my paper of 5,000 cheer. So that's oh, that was really nice of you. And now I don't know where I put anything, and now I'm in trouble. Crap. All right, I gotta locate it.
You're all casual to start throwing around.
I know, it's nuts, isn't it? These guys are crazy when it comes to the special hero points. So, and that's not for the Slav game. That is for the puppets and then some, which will be really funny. But I can.
Troy just found out.
Troy wasn't paying attention, and he found out. Oh no. Well, he's playing that game. So here's the funny thing. He did the cheer. Lee can't get any of those specials there, Troy. So he'll be devoting specials to yourself. So that's you should laugh about that. That's kind of funny. So A2. I cannot find my note list. So all right. Yeah. What section shall we go to next? Shall we go from low to high or high to low? What do you think? You tell me. Start at the bottom? Okay.
Yeah.
I'm going to start at the bottom.
And that's where Saga of Old City starts really cool. And the interesting thing is these books are about exactly the same happening, so to speak. It's Gord's bringing in the city, both of them, and he's loved it. But this one so read this one first, because this one explains what really happened, and this one is the kind of the face value story, and this is the true story behind it, so to speak. So read Saga of Old City first, and then read City of and at least the first bit, because this one goes deeper and further on. So yeah.
You feel betrayed by Lee, Troy? Don't feel betrayed by Lee. He did it because he's scared. Think about it. Come on, he's scared. Should be.
So yeah, Rex Fellis is right. You get continual timeline updates on the City of Greyhawk through the box set From the Ashes on up. And sometimes it can be difficult to keep all that information in line. And how I used to handle it was I had to retroactively, fit something in my campaign, because my campaign was always ahead of.
Mine was always behind, thankfully. I felt like I was always kind of, so I had time to introduce it later on in my campaign.
But as I redid things, I've jumped around. I've gone from using the more recent stuff
Yep.
to
Meldon,
going back
yay,
with the
he's here.
simplicity of
Thank you.
stuff.
Welcome.
Hey, here we go.
Dennis, you can come on if you want. I know you probably can't, but you're allowed to. You can come in to Zoom. I'll
You
send
might
you
wanna
the
come
link if
in.
you want. You just say, okay, send me the link. We have a question for you about your second map and first map, really. Is the From the Ashes, what do you call it? Refugees, one of the ways you determine your sprawl for the outskirts of the town. That was
Greyhawk Wars
that's the wrong one.
Refugees.
That's the wrong one. Yeah. So just that's the wrong one. Here it is. This one. I don't have too much up. There we go. Yeah, all the sprawl. Is that how we get more? That's the question there.
Because in 576, the city's population is 58,000.
Yep.
And then at the Greyhawk Wars, it goes up by 9,000 or almost 10,000. And then by 591, its population is creeps up about 3 or 4 more.
That was just our thought. Our thought was that's a good way to do it. So, yeah.
Send Dennis a link.
All right, Dennis.
Yep.
Dennis, give me a second, everyone. We get
Awesome.
the Malden. This will change the discussion just a hair, but it's for the better.
Oh yes, for the way better.
Yeah, for the better here. So,
Here
we go.
So here's something for you, Anna. I don't know much about the novelization.
Yeah.
It's there was.
All right, it's in Discord, Dennis.
Yep, good.
Awesome. Hey, Vancouver, already look at that, double the giveaway just with that. There you go. Already level 4. So cool. Fantastic. Thank you very much.
Yep.
Anyhow, City. The Old City in the novels is not the same as the Old City in the role-playing game setting, right?
Correct. The Old City,
where it's situated. Like if I look at this map, the Old City is separate from the Citadel, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
But in the novels, isn't the Citadel like in the middle of the city?
Yeah. As far as I see it, you have the Old City is this little bit up here. That's the Old City, and then there is on this little island is the old it's kind of a keep that is used as a prison and stuff afterwards later. So I get this, but now we have to say hey to Dennis.
Hey,
hello.
Dennis.
Thank you so much for
this is Dennis's.
I'm because there's a bit of a delay on Twitch. I'm switching sound over. So sorry.
Yeah.
Maximize my screen, you know that, and that'll be live. So there you go. So
yep. So I know you asked me a question while I was trying to get set up, and I missed it completely.
The sprawl that you justified it from the wars, from the Greyhawk Wars, all the extra people. Or I know you're like there's just not enough people here.
Outside the city, you added a lot of buildings.
Yeah. Well, but part of the thinking there was just trying to hit that 70K, whatever the population was, right?
Yeah.
And even when I filled up the space between the walls and figure an average X number of people per building, and then you squeeze in 300 in just the keep, right? The castle, or the my brain is slipping. What do they refer to? The
Citadel?
The
Citadel.
The Citadel. Yeah. You put in, even if you pile in 400, 500 people in the Citadel, I was still way short of what the number of buildings that I needed to get to 70. And so I figured that, I mean, if the walls date back to, well, maybe to Zagig, not quite that far. I mean, but every medieval city has filled the space inside the walls and spilled out.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, because the walls were such a huge investment, so you rarely had any space. It was wasteful to have a lot of areas.
You would never pull the cost of building more walls until you had a major new area that you could tack on.
Yeah.
So my thinking when I was piecing the map to kind of together is that okay, there were, if you think back to Zagig's time when he originally built up the city from, and this is before he became a god, of course. He was kind of the person who was credited for building up the city from just a small trading outpost to a center of the arts, of the arcane, and you know, and that. And so you think my thoughts were there, we had Old City, or the lower part, right, first, and the ritzy class living up on the hill. And those would have been the two original parts of the city. And then as it filled in, there was enough to put walls in the middle and create, you know, Clarksburg and all that area, that central area. And so once those walls were built, then we've got chance for stuff to spill out again. And where's the direction going to spill out? Not really towards where the high class is. It's going to be where the merchant class is coming in, right?
Right.
And so
Yeah.
I spilled it out in that direction. And so then when you look at, if you pull up on my website, the Undercity map that I did, another thing that the box set credits to Zagig is the planning and creation of the sewers. Well, the sewers extend underneath the entire 3 parts of the city, part of which wouldn't have been very important back in Zagig's day. So I'm thinking, okay, he knew where the city was going to expand. So he built the sewers underneath the part that we see. And so I went a step further when I created my sewer map. And so the sewers actually, I know you still
I'm here. So where do I go from here, Dennis?
Well, click
Street
on
index?
click on the City of Greyhawk main page.
That's where I just was.
Okay, scroll down,
just continue.
Oh, there we go.
There you go. Okay.
Whoops.
You'll notice that there are sewers to the left of the city walls.
Right here.
The next area that Zagig knew the city is going to expand to, and he created those sewers ahead of time, like he did underneath Clarksburg and all of that. And so the city is ready for the next expansion, even if the city doesn't know about it. And so those sewers are actually kind of secret still.
So tell me about the purple underground buildings here.
That's the basement of the original castle that the Landgraf of Greyhawk had. And so there are only a few blocks of stone that are visible in the woods there on the surface. There's the original keep that predates the city itself. The original keep is long since crumbled away, but I put the basement level of the keep there for my players to eventually find once they find the new future sewers. My players never ever did find it yet.
Wow.
You know what, Dennis?
So it's an undeveloped part of my campaign world, but I threw it on there anyways. Yeah.
So you know who else predicted the city to expand out in that direction? My players.
Oh, there you go.
I know you can't see any detail.
Thanks, Patrick.
Here's the published setting map. And then
right.
This is all outside.
That's all to the west. Wow.
All out there.
Nice.
And you can't see it, but down here in the key, it says Travelers Quarter. They called it the Travelers Quarter.
Okay.
Established in 623 CY by Mayor Mortellin.
Oh.
Not my player, it was my friend who was playing more telling time.
Okay.
Back in 2E,
Well,
he
little
some
did I
crazy stuff.
know, I designed the sewers for your city expansion.
Thanks, man.
Mhm.
Yeah,
So,
no problem.
Mike, once again,
Yeah.
if you will digitize that or just scan that and get
That
it to
thing
us,
is
we'll
so
discuss it.
rough.
What? Okay, I was gonna say we'll put it into
I
the
don't
West
have
Sharing Maps.
any information. The only
Oh,
information
okay.
I have on that is because I gave them such a hard time about taxes.
Hey, Garner.
They bought all the land outside the city and built their own
That's
home.
awesome. They built
Okay.
their own wall too. That's awesome.
Yeah, it's
Geez, where
Yeah,
did they get all that funding? They must have
from
spent
Greyhawk Ruins.
Yes.
It's a whole
there we
the whole
go.
deal.
All right.
Greyhawk Ruins. I did the math. That module, each tower has about 1 million gold pieces worth of treasure in each tower.
Yeah, there is a lot of gold and
It's over the top.
yeah, it is. It
So-
is. It's one of the last of the true Monty Hall campaigns, I think.
So if you look at
I don't know, Undermountain maybe is if you go
well,
to other
there's a
campaign
lot of them.
worlds.
There's a lot of old school ones that are Monty Hall, right? I mean, just the
Yeah,
money in
yeah.
a lot of them is great. If you go here, obviously here's the Lord's tomb. Whoops, I blew it up too much.
Yeah.
Right there's the Lord's tomb.
Yep,
right?
the Lord's Tomb.
And then this is the Thieves Underground. This could be. Is this just the Assassin's Guild, or is this just Thieves Guild, or the Assassin Guild mixed in here too? I guess it's just Thieves.
Well, no, the Assassin's Guild is a different location. It's off to the left in the Assassin's Quarter. The Thieves Guild is the one on the right hand side of the old city. Yeah.
So you get me in trouble, Sir Timothy. You know that, right? With this Jay's Angel stuff. I mean, because you know you're gonna get me. You're all gonna get me in trouble. So yeah.
Am I missing something there?
Yeah, you didn't see Sunday night, so yeah. Just
No, I didn't know.
Yeah,
Jay
it
was
was
in big
Gary
trouble.
Con Prelude
Yeah.
show. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, Jay's got a whole harem
Almost
now.
got banned from Twitch.
Some
Yeah.
controversy is there?
What's up, Michael? No, it's just all in good fun. But
In
it's just
fun, yeah.
keeping it rolling
Okay.
here. So, very nice job on the sewers. Very nice job on the So hey, we got a little extra of a tour here. What's the difference between purple and blue? Active and not active?
The blue are legit
Elevation?
sewer.
Oh, and the others
They're
are dug
legit
later.
sewers, and the purple are tunnels. They're
Tunnels.
not
Okay.
part of the drainage system. They're not part of the drainage system.
Yeah. Look at all these. Oh my, these go on. They go to Castle Greyhawk.
Yes.
Wow.
Ooh.
Wow. One from the Citadel.
Don't
One
let my
from
players know that.
one from. That's not the Knight of the Holy Shielding building. That's
Well,
here.
no, actually, one of them. I think that's the left of the long one, the one that leads from the center. I think that comes from. Is that Sturdivant's? Like the Greyhawk Dragon, Mizab.
From Falcon.
Yeah, he has a secret exit to get out of the city,
Okay.
and that might be his personal tunnel.
Okay.
That goes out into the forest there that he uses for coming and going without being seen.
Excellent. Very
Is there
cool.
a secret tunnel that runs east to the Doomgrinder?
Don't even.
Not in my campaign
Thank
world.
God, no.
Well, the Doomgrinder is pretty far away from this at this point.
Yeah, it's like 100 miles or so away, I think.
Yeah, that would be quite the tunnel.
Yeah.
That's like
well,
a
they had
Sorotan
from Land of
style tunnel.
Ayus to Greyhawk. They have a tunnel in expedition
Yeah,
to or
yeah.
the
Ooh,
one
yeah.
yeah. So then that's like 500 miles under both Wysdale Lake and Lake
It
New
never.
So
it
that,
never
that's one
says in
heck
there
of
that
a
they're
tunnel.
coming from.
You
the
might
Land
as
of
well-
Ayus.
Yeah.
It'd just be cheaper to create a gate.
Exactly. I mean, come on.
Exactly.
Yeah. That's when I read it, I was like, this is ridiculous.
Yeah, but they were.
Yeah,
those
no,
guys. They were drunk all the
I don't-
time, and they're
I don't
buy that.
partying, they're drinking,
Yeah.
partying some more, destroying.
Now maybe
whole
if
lands.
the Iusians had a secret entrance in the woods to the north and then
Well,
a short
they have an
tunnel.
embassy in town, so
Yeah.
They can
Oh,
build the
there you
gate
go.
there. So yeah, no problem.
Anna's busting Eric Mona's stones. I love it.
No, no,
Man.
but only the tunnel. Everything else in that one is above board and I think really good. But that
I
having a
don't
tunnel
think
that is
Eric
100 and
thought
100.
that one through.
No, that to me just seems ridiculous. So yeah, that should have been caught in editing. So yeah,
Yeah.
We'll blame that on
Old
one of his
City.
other authors.
yeah.
Yes.
Oh yeah, I'm sure that he didn't write it. Someone else did. Yeah.
But we can ask him at Gary kind of bust his stones.
Oh, I've
even
already
more.
asked him about it, so we should.
Oh, what did he say?
Oh, wait,
No,
no.
he didn't. He kind of
Feigned it.
brushed it off. Yeah.
Yeah. So because you're here, let's go a different direction. Okay. Is that all right, everyone? Yes.
Yep.
We're going
Wherever
to
you
go,
lead us, Jay.
Well, we're going to lead because we're going to do the Living Greyhawk journals this week. You're here,
Oh,
right? So
Oh,
let's
okay.
let's do Clarksburg, and let's do
Sure.
the Artisan Quarter because they're different
Sure.
than the other ones.
I
So
wonder if I can put my finger on it. I
yeah,
don't know.
hold on one second here. I'm going to bring them both up here.
You're,
Living Greyhawk
you're going to have to
journal.
remind me as we go along because it's been a long time since.
It's all right. But I think
Yep.
that's a good. I think we should do that while we have you this week because we don't know if we have you next week. So
Sure.
Yep.
Yeah, I don't
pull
know.
out that. Oh yeah, Garner got the map.
From day to day.
Garner, Connecticut Gaming got one of the new got the map in Living Greyhawk, and so did Robert. So yeah, and Phantom
Awesome.
NJ. So this is the
Yeah.
book
Oh, cool.
that it comes in. Green.
Yes, it is.
Living Greyhawk Journal
Yeah,
2.
number 2.
Number 2, and we come
Yep.
here. Special insert City Greyhawk poster map. That's where you got this
Woohoo!
back in the day. So
signed by Dennis Tetra.
all gold.
Yeah, not quite real signature. I'll sign it for you for real one of these days if we ever meet up again.
It'll happen.
And now
Oh, I'm sure it will eventually. I'm sure it will.
the Gemini Flannis Greyhawk map key. Now they only got through 2 sections, Artisan's Quarter and
Yeah.
Clarksburg, but that's
Perhaps
okay.
they-
The 2
One of
least
the
developed sections from the old box set, they do.
yeah.
So that's a good thing. So that's where we're going to
Yeah.
start. We'll do that this week. Let's go to page.
One of our great regrets is to never have finished that.
So let's start here. So, and here we go. It's looked by Eric Mona and Dennis Tetro and your cartography. So we're going to bring up your older map just to play it safe for now. Or is the new map got everything referenced, which I guess
100% compatible.
all right, so we use the new map then.
Yeah, and the new map has all the numbers right on it. So
What did you do with the conflict though in Clarksburg where there's 2 things in the same building, remember? C22?
Wait,
I
a new building.
don't-
C27.
I don't
Remember, one of
remember.
these is a duplicate, right? One of these has 2 things. Yeah, we'll get to that. I almost
Okay.
Yeah, and I was like, oh
yeah,
they're in
that
the
I don't recall actually.
Yeah, they're in the same. All right,
You'll have to pull up. Well, oh, I should pull up the key here while on my other
Yep.
screen here
there we go.
while I'm.
Please, I have another one of those maps and journal, by the way. Cool. So look, Troy, and I think Sam, give me another one for next year's fundraiser. Hold them. I'm dead serious. I think it would be awesome. Do we give them out for next year?
Maybe
They
I
were-
can sign them for
They
you
were in the
guys.
top. Yeah, they were in the top 3 to 5 of picks. It'd be awesome to
Oh, yeah?
share the love. So
Sweet.
why isn't Dennis coming to GaryCon? Because Dennis is a professor, works for a living, and cannot get off this time of year.
It's really hard to get away
And
at
he's
those
Canadian
times.
too, and only Ed's allowed out of the country. I'm just
The
kidding.
Gary Con is that this week? When is it?
I leave Friday, next Friday, a week from
Yeah.
Friday.
I leave
Yeah.
next
No, 2
Thursday.
weekends, Dennis this
Next
year.
next week is my midterm, so
Yeah,
so
Uh-oh.
Rob has his.
yeah, that's what my students are saying.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you can.
Nice.
yeah.
Let me close this one out and go to this. All right, here we
Okay,
go.
I have my map index up now.
So notice a lot of these are there's detail for all the sections, but not what is in each. Or some of them are in the original publication. Some of them
So
aren't.
an enterprising person can complete it.
Or Dennis has and just hasn't published it,
Ah,
right?
right.
Assuming Dennis has already done all this.
Well, you mean the descriptions of
Yeah.
all of the buildings?
Yeah.
Well, so there's a mix of kind of 3 different sources for all that. There's the descriptions, or there's the locations from the original box set. There's the descriptions that come from all of the ancillary projects that have come. Well, and now I guess I'm talking more about the newest version, the version 2 map, but everything from Eric's, well, there's several. There are a bunch of them. Living Greyhawk adventures, and things from the worm food articles,
Oh, okay.
and yeah, so like there's tons of officially or semi-officially published stuff that came out after the box set. So all of that's in there as well. And then there's new locations that I added from my campaign. There's quite a few of those that are just mine. They're my creations. And then there's a bunch that Eric added when we did this whole project. So some of them are his as well, right? And so the descriptions for them, I mean, some of my originals that never got published into this are on my website. Some of them are there.
Right.
I think most of the ones that Eric added were ones that he had intended to put in the articles. So, like the toy maker, right, was one of Eric's things, right? And so it was added to the map, and then he wrote the description for one of the articles, the LGJ articles, right?
Yep.
I don't think Eric added any locations to the map that he didn't later describe. I was terrible for that, in that I did add locations to the map that are from my campaign that have not been officially described. But a lot of those are some of them I've put onto the website, and others were intended to be put on the website. But
well, here we go. Let's start here. We got the you described the low market, right?
Yeah.
So really, the low market is barely discussed. Not too much, and the low market's down in this area going into the Black Gate, right here. Now I have, and I can't remember the name of it, but this right here is an inn for me, and I can't remember the name of it that I did. I did a whole adventure around it. Yeah. So what's up? Thanks, Scott. So I will get that information. I'll just look it up. Yeah, but that is an inn of mine right there in the low market. And I did a whole fight with the constables, and the constables had been infiltrated by Uzians, but they couldn't.
Okay.
In an adventure, they couldn't help themselves, and they just went a little nuts. And yeah, there was a big fight in the low market in this whole area. So I had that in the adventure. But
thanks, Rex Felix.
Yeah, it's very kind of you to say, definitely. So at Artisan Quarter here, I think there's only 9 locations documented in the original book. So you got like
that's possible.
You got like 30 here, or 20 or 30. It's crazy. So
quite a lot.
Yeah, which is great. So you're getting a lot of more content here, and if you go into the low market, and like I said, so some of these, the first like 9 are probably the same. You got the Architects and Stonemasons Guild Hall.
Right. Yeah, that was an original.
That's an original
from the box. Yeah.
Yeah. The Metalsmiths Hall. That's another one too, if I recall.
Yep. Yeah.
Probably the first 9. The Artisans Quarter City Watch Station. They usually have a City Watch Station in every quarter. Kind of, I do that. I have that in Altamira too. All that rumors. Ton. So this is why we're doing this, because Kurt, this is until probably the end of 2024. Hint, hint, hint. Right on. This is the best. There's 2 great places to get city information in Greyhawk, and we're gonna do the other one when I get back from GaryCon. We'll deep dive into Hardby too, because there's some great places from the Earth Journal and from the Luby article. So we'll do Hardby in a couple weeks. Okay, another great place I play in. But we'll do this.
So I'm comparing here. There is not a Metalsmith Hall.
There's not. Okay, thank you. Well, then Melvin and I are both smoking something.
Did we add it?
What's number 2 then? Okay. What's A2 in that book?
Fat of the Hog.
Oh, that's Fat of the Hog is 2. We changed the number.
Okay, I moved that.
All right, so Metalsmith Hall's new. All right, there you go.
Yeah, that's new.
All right. Look, Dennis and I are both smoking something. So
we are.
Yes. Very cool. Thanks for keep us honest here, Mike. I can't be bouncing around too much.
So it's it's interesting because this thing, that box set went in a lot of detail about the guilds and everything, but they didn't like have, I guess, all of them apparently, because you got blacksmiths and ironworkers and
We're also
coppersmiths
forgetting
and all this stuff.
about The Adventure Begins. There's new stuff from there that
Yeah.
Well,
comes
okay,
into it.
it's probably in that then.
Yes.
Let's.
But once Rexall said this earlier, if we start cross-referencing 8 or 9 different books, our eyes are gonna pop out of our heads, right?
Well, and that's part of what I spent years doing is cross-referencing literally everything. Let me see if.
Thank you, Chaos, and welcome. Yeah.
Yeah, please. Note that. Are we experts? The community is. That's what I'm going to say. You're not going to get anywhere else the grouping of talent of Greyhawk people throughout the entire community. And let me throw that to
Roger created the Metalsmiths Guild, and that was
wow. Look at that.
That was his A2. So that's why I used the A2. I used the A2 from Adventure Begins.
See,
okay.
And we're
because
lucky.
mine goes up. Well, I'm looking at, I think, up to A13 on well, I'm looking at my website as opposed to the key that's in there, but should be the same.
The journal goes to 23.
Up to the Laborers Union Hall was stuff that came from the box set from Roger's publication. After that, it's stuff that I added in, that Eric added in.
Okay.
Up to Laborers Union. Then Aradox is Aradox A14 in the.
Let me take a look here. So Performing Artists Guild Hall. I think that was there. Yes.
Yes. Oh yeah, that was there.
Yeah, that's my favorite part of this quarter.
All right, let's talk about it. Go, Mike. If it's your favorite part, as we get to A5. Well, I almost just kicked the freaking cord out. Holy shit.
The thing to love about it is it's a little keep within the city. I can't remember. It's something. It's called Lord Wren's Hold.
Because
whoever the Lord Wren is.
He got No, the story is that he deeded it to them when he died, isn't it? He was here.
I think that's the story.
Yeah, and he had no heirs and stuff, so he deeded over. Look, it's got a moat around it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So,
when Malden was talking earlier about the Landgraf's old keep and how it was torn down, I thought that was really cool. But that could have just as easily been the Landgraf's keep, right?
It could have been, but I think my idea for that was a much younger event. The Landgraf's keep goes back like many hundreds of years. Yeah, from when the area along the Sellentown was first settled. So that's why there's nothing really above ground that's showing there. While this building is still inhabitable, it's a more recent construction, I think.
So what I used to like about it was this is where your bards would hang out. And it was always like, oh, I'm a fighter. I'll join the Mercenaries Guild Hall. Meh. I always thought the bards had a really cool place in the city to hang out.
They have two really cool
castle.
Two. They have the Bard School too.
Bard School.
Yeah. Which I think was the most genius of all the colleges, and I think that's in Clarksburg, and we'll try and get to that. But they got it down, man. They got just a great place for that kind of performing arts. Greyhawk is definitely a wonderful place for it.
It's a good place to sell your artwork because they have a gallery there.
Let me get the other maps just to clear up some stuff here.
They're in good with the theater stuff, so
it's Shrine to Lear's there too. Shrine to Lear. Okay, Leatherworkers Guild Hall. I know that was there. 8-6.
Yes.
Yeah. So that was there. Fruit of the Mill. I think
that was a creation of Eric's.
Okay.
Maybe no. Actually,
that's original.
It's a low number. It may
A7.
have.
Fruit of the Mill and the Fat of the Hog, I think, were both in there, if I recall.
I think they are. I think
sounds familiar. I think it's even mentioned
It's
in
definitely in
Sodom City.
Rogers because
Yeah,
this
I
place
think
is
it's in
ran.
Rogers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The gal who runs it is romantically tied to Iraq.
Oh, yes, 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 yes.
Yeah. Corinne, so it's Corinne Kofel. Yep. So
Yeah, Fruit of the Mill is actually quite. Rogers got quite a write up about it, and the whole story with
good. All right, so it's a Roger
whatever his name.
creation.
It's a Rogers thing, yeah.
Awesome. Yeah, there's a lot of detail in here too on this one. Something
Yeah.
about it's more a lot about Urag in here too, which is good.
Yeah,
which is
it's
scary.
mostly about him,
Yeah.
Yeah.
not the establishment.
Well, that's all right.
Yeah, that's
But
true.
it's next to Druid's Gate, right? And it's this really unassuming place that the players can patronize and really,
Yep.
you know, this Karen is a very likable NPC, and you can get attached to it, and then you know got this big name fighter, you know, kind of also hanging out there under your nose.
So it's this is 10 times better than what's in the Free City Greyhawk box set. There's some like the other area that's lacking.
Well,
Rogers does a good
actually,
job.
His write-ups are really quite meaty in Adventure Begins. He really went to town on a lot of this stuff when he was when he did this.
Too bad
Yeah,
Roger
I
will not
mean,
be a character.
I think this
Is
is
it
one of
because
the
of
best
the-
things that he did.
Is it because he got a really small font size? It can pack.
Yeah, well,
more in
he
there?
he
Maybe,
got paid by the
yeah.
word. We know that. He and Ed
Yeah.
and all them and Eric Boyd all got paid by the word, and they're stuffing it in as much as they can.
Yeah.
You know, so but you can't blame them. All right, so New City Fountain.
Is this? I don't have my map open.
Yeah, so
I think New City Fountain is also in Rogers too.
yeah, because
Yeah.
it's
Yep, it is.
Blurred and Ula. I'm surprised Ula is here at the fountain. I used to support
He
the
has. I think Ula has a shrine in the old city somewhere.
Yeah.
Probably because they built the fountain and it's made by stonemasons. I think and that's what it says here.
Yeah.
Mm.
And it's the fountain's like the bridge in the one section, or a popular spot for young neighborhood couples to meet after hours. This play of moonlight upon the water is considered most. And the Thieves Guild always praised on them. So that's awesome. Yeah, Rex Phelps. I wonder how many of them actually got to the Greyhawk, got into Gary's Greyhawk version or this Free City box set. You know, those geomorphs, what they had, the city geomorphs. That's a great point, though. Night Watchman Guild Station. I think a lot of these are added. Because I only remember the main headquarters. I don't remember any guild stations at all in the original box set. So, I mean, this is an ad. Everything from this point on should be an ad unless it was like the Fat of the Hog, which is probably coming up. So, yep.
Hey, the Artisan's Night Watchman Guild Station is
A9.
Ran by Guild Sergeant Ramelos.
Yep.
And shoot, I just lost sight of it.
I got it.
Nellisir.
Nellisir.
Yes.
And
Says he's
Nellisir.
in negotiation with Captain Nellisir of the local watch station. Nice.
So is that an homage? Someone threw an homage in there, right?
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah.
Hey, we all do it. We all do it, right? So, St. Cuthbert. Grand Tent. This I don't remember.
Now the
I don't remember
Nellisir
that either.
thing.
Oh, it's in the low market.
is
Yep.
the night that was A9, right?
Yeah,
You said?
A9 right here, right on the main processional. Yep.
Yeah, the Nellisir reference is something that Eric and I added. It's not in Roger's description of that.
So you threw a little into the it was the other way
Put a
around.
lot in there.
Yeah, I'm just saying it was Nellisir. You did it to ode to Nellisir. He didn't take his name from that. You did.
Oh
it.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Cool. That's awesome.
I think Mortellin is in there too somewhere.
Yes, I think so. So is Melcott too, right?
No way.
We know that.
No way.
All right. So the Grand Tent is
Yeah.
Zilchus. It's a Zilchus location. Um, uh, so you say among the myriad of places of political power is this grand tent. That's interesting. That's up
This
Anna's
is a place
right up
I've
there.
not used.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just well, it's
Stay out of
a
the sun.
a spiritual center of business.
Yep. Is there anyone out there, honestly, who doesn't despise the Zilchus people? I mean, I made them such dicks in my game, right, with Michael Baton and all. Was there anyone out there who's like, they're great people? Right?
Well, thanks to Mike, my vision of you're to blame of placing. When I think of Zilchus, I see Donald Trump with his hair.
My apologies, everybody. My apologies. Yeah, I had nothing else to go on.
That's awesome.
Literally nobody else has done an illustration of Zilchus.
Yeah, no, there isn't, and so
That's
so that's my vision.
Well,
is
without
thanks
going
to
too
Mike.
deep into politics, I think that's unfair to Zilchus.
I think you're probably right.
Yeah.
I went a
And
little
I don't like
different
Zilchus much.
I think
but
when Mike made that original cartoon, we
that's
had
true.
no,
yeah.
we
Back then
had
he
no
was a-
idea.
Yeah,
It's a
of course.
reality
That was
show.
that was like, when
Yeah.
did you do that original
90s.
It was-
sketch? 90s.
Yeah, no,
that
it was.
yeah.
And at the time, he was like the talk of New York real estate, right? He was big money, and
that was
we had
power,
no
prestige.
idea,
Yeah.
no politics. Yep.
no idea.
Everyone, well, yeah, Opus Day. Everyone hates Voltus too. You're right, except for Tim, because Tim never grew up with the lawful neutral aspect. Tim and his dad, Voltus was the main lawful good deity, Troy, over St. Cuthbert. Now that may be another reason why you don't like Tim and all his characters. That's fine. So it is funny. So Hal Masters Hall. This person is an oligarch.
Yes.
A member of the Directing Oligarchy Union of Merchants and Traders in the Thieves Guild. Well, that guy's got all the angles covered, huh? Yeah. So
I have to keep doubling my glasses.
no, it's
here.
okay, man. It's fine.
Tiny font. Yeah.
It's cool
And
though.
so A11 is the last number
For Roger.
in Roger's book.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So,
But A12 was pushed down from.
it's Fat of the Hog. Yeah, it's Fat of the Hog.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
Yeah, Fat of the Hog was pushed.
So, yeah, he's got a good backstory here. That he had an assassination attempt on him. Yeah, an incurable nervous tremor that's forced him to walk with a cane. So
That was Eric.
yeah, an evil cult. Eric's always good for. I mean, look at Venerian Vor with the milky white eye and all the other stuff going on, and the discharges coming up from multiple orifices. I mean, he's got it covered, right? Yeah. So yeah.
TMI.
Yeah. Good old Venerian Vor, the Ralish as priest, playing at GaryCon live in person in my game, Slop Squad. Yes.
I must have overlooked the fact that Eric's going to be there.
Oh yeah, first time.
I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah, first absolute time he's going to be there.
I've never seen him in a relaxed setting. I've only
he's not doesn't have to work either. He's not going. He's going there on his own just to play.
All right.
That's fantastic.
So,
nice.
Yep. All right. So the Fat of the Hog is originally A2. It's a big place in Greyhawk. It's well known establishment. So Waldo gets his meat from his brother Ernest Partiche. Raises his hogs. Day rides west of Greyhawks on the plains out there. Cool. Large soup. No thanks. I'm trying to quit. Right. Yeah. So, by the way, had the best. Again, second time in my life in 15 years, I've had the best French onion soup I've ever had. And I remembered when my, years ago, my wife and I went out to Vegas. There's that in Paris. There's that bar that sits across from the Bellagio fountains, right outdoors. You know which one, Mardi or whatever it's called. And so I went there late night and had some French onion soup again. That was awesome. It's one of those weird memories. Better than large soup. All right, Labor's Union Hall. So I don't know. It sounds like that's a repeat. It's got to be,
Yeah,
right?
I think so.
Yeah. Yeah. So you got to have it, man. There's two things like I love to value, and that is good wings and good French onion soup. So they had good French onion
Actually,
soup.
Labor Union's Hall is not in Roger's book, so it may have been something mentioned somewhere, and then I added it.
Okay. Okay. All right. I thought it was in the original, but it may not be. It's noted in the guild section, but not noted on the map, maybe. But that's okay.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
that might have been the
Yeah.
case.
All right.
There were a few things like that
Yeah.
that are mentioned in the text and never were added to the map. So I tried to, like, in my scouring of every publication, to find stuff to place.
Garner,
I've found quite a few things like that. Yeah.
Garner, go to the map. It's in Paris, and it's the one that people sit out outside so they can look directly at the Bellagio fountains. That's a Marty something. Marty, yeah, it's well known. So that you just ask for. Hey, what's the one where and they'll tell you. And best French onion soup I ever had. Okay, A14 Aerodox Expedition Provisions.
Now we're getting into the new stuff.
Now
That's all
now
new
we're
in yours.
yeah, now we're into the
You and
stuff that comes from my campaign.
Awesome.
So Aradoc was a retired adventurer who started a business as a supplier, including arms on armor and that sort of thing. He's like a one-stop shopping for the ultimate adventurer's place. And so he was always, from very early on in my campaign, a major NPC in the sense that he was the old fatherly character that would periodically advise and give great deals to the PCs, right? He was never actually a PC. He was always, from the very beginning, he was always an NPC. But I thought Greyhawk, the city of, really needed a trading post kind of location where you could buy equipment. And so I created that for my campaign, and there he is added into into the map.
He's right next door to something else.
He's right next door to Malden's shop.
Yes. Malden and Ellen Derry's. Who played Ellen Derry?
Ellen Derry.
Good friend of mine who hasn't played in over 30 years, but
wow.
the guy that introduced me to Dungeons and Dragons that we talked about when we did our 25th anniversary show there, Eric, his brother John was the guy who created Ellen Derry, and so yeah. So his character and my character became partners and have adventured together for, well, since 1980. And so, yeah, so that was Ellen Derry, was John's character, but
the levels
played them.
Rex Fellis. The reason I think Malin put levels unknown because he was still adventuring with them, right? And you were going, that's why. So what are they now?
Malden and Ellen Derry are still active characters in my campaign.
Yeah.
Right. So
that's why. Yeah.
Yeah. But DeCarson did an article with me for the Earth Journal many moons ago, and I have the Earth Journal number noted in one of my websites here, where he actually tries to stat out Malden. And so Malden appears in that article. The problem with having a character that started out in 1E and became 2E, and then trying to convert it to 3E.
I know.
And also everybody's personal character has a history of things that maybe don't fit exactly into the rules. So Malden's background is far more complicated than just saying he's a wizard, or in the old days, magic user, right? And so he has a lot more skills than that. For one thing, he's double class, not dual class or not multi-classed as a demi-human, but the original double class where you could start as one and switch to another as a human, right?
Every human of my players, we'll
Are
let
they multi?
80% are
Oh, okay.
are duals, human.
Oh, okay.
Or dual class.
Yeah.
We have
Yeah,
some unbelievable character, like a Lela Kafka archer, then to a mage. Imagine that how nasty those combinations can get,
Yeah.
and those dual classing. Yeah, so really.
So Duke Carson had a real, trying to figure out in the 3E
You
rules,
can't convert it.
A wizard who was pretty damn good with a sword on top of that, right? And so yeah, but he's I'm pretty sure that it was eventually.
Did you actually allow PCs to come in and buy stuff? I'm assuming yes, in the Malden shop.
Oh yeah, no, absolutely, because not only did Malden Allenderry as players, player characters as PCs were adventuring, and they eventually created the shop. They also function as NPCs to other groups, right? So I've had lots of other groups that have played in my campaign world that they know Malden and Allenderry as NPCs and go to their shop all the time to buy stuff and trade stuff. And,
so what's the thing behind the DM's notes here? What's the deal that Malden Ellenderry made with the Guild of Wizards?
Resistance. Oh, because
okay.
Outsiders.
Yeah, I mean the Wizards Guild makes money selling supplies to wizards, and when Malden and Allenderry's shop opened, it was a competitor to them.
Hey, Josh.
Right, and so because Malden and Allenderry, they're 20 plus level adventurers they have no want for cash, so the shop is not. They don't care if it makes a profit. So the prices are higher. The deal is that the prices in Malden and Allenderry's shop will always be higher than the Wizards Guild. So the Wizards Guild never loses money from the bread and butter of their selling to lower level wizards, right? And so Malden and Allenderry don't really care how busy their shop is. That's not the purpose of the shop being there.
The purpose of the shop is for an interactive thing with NPCs and PCs. And that's exactly what it is, right? And
that's exactly what it is.
And that's and anyone coming from outside the city is an interloper. That the Thieves Guild and all the power base is like, what about these guys coming in? What are they up to? I mean, that's exactly. I actually like that you put that note in there. That's pretty cool. Especially fight Mordenkainen.
Yeah, no, they're all big one happy family.
Yes, exactly. Is Mordenkainen bald in your game, or has he got hair?
Oh man.
Yeah, I think he is.
Okay.
Sorry,
I had to ask that question. Anna really wanted to know. I'm just kidding.
I mean, he's been bald for a really long time. It was a magical accident. That's just my story, and I'm sticking to it.
Okay, I like it. And I gotta find A16. There's 17s right there in that little tower. I see that 15s here, but I don't see 16 anywhere.
16, which one? Dorshak Crane. Oh, okay.
Dorshak Crane, isn't this from one of the cards?
There it is. I see it.
Yes.
Yep. There it is.
Yes,
there it is.
it
I
is.
found it. Good job, Mike. Yeah.
You're correct.
Yeah. Awesome.
That's where that came from.
Dorshak Crane's house. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. That is perfect. Where he has American, yeah. So, yeah, Dorshak was found hiding in the attic. So he's another miserly dwarf to go along with Gloretin Bacani, right? So, so you got a nice long story here. Not all of Dorshak Crane wealth was recovered. So Dorshak servants have been missing since the dwarf's original disappearance. So he's on the run.
I had a group that went into the house and found him.
He killed the attack when he attacked the adventurers in a berserk rage. So it's abandoned now. There you go.
Yeah.
Dorshak's brother Fraser and Niles. That's raw, Michael. That's funny. In another campaign out of Seattle. That's a good one. Darren Hebron's Tower. More pragmatic wizards can be counted. Darren Hebron, a real thin middle-aged mage. When a guild finds himself in trouble, is when the Coppersmiths Guild need a new tin. Right. Cool.
I think that one was Eric's.
Okay.
Yeah.
He talks about the Amidio jungle, and it's in a weird spot here. Well, not really, but look, it's like in this. It's like in the center of a courtyard almost.
Oh yeah, yeah.
So it's,
Yep.
it's separate by itself, which makes it a little unique and distinctive. A8's the fountain, by the way.
Oh, wait a second. No, that was one of the. That was it was one of the cards where the.
Yeah. No, Dorshak Crane is a card. Is a card too. I thought
the little creatures kidnap
the Tasloy.
The Tasloy.
Yeah.
Yes. That was from the card. That was from a
adventure card. Yeah. Awesome. Nice. See, we're bringing back memories now.
I know. These are some things I hadn't thought about in 20 years.
Yeah. This is new too. The Wild Goose.
Yes.
I've used that.
Okay, I can be blamed for multiple uses of the Wild Goose. The Wild Goose is the entrance to a multi-dimensional bar that's described in Tales of the Outer Planes.
The World's End.
The World's End.
So this connects.
Yeah.
This connects to the World's End. That is, wow. There you go.
And
someone was asking about planar travel earlier last week. Yeah.
And I also put a version of that in Iron Gate when we did the Iron Gate article.
Okay.
So there's a connection to World's End there
travel.
as well. Yeah. So that comes from Tales of the Outer Planes.
Don't forget, Anna. We need to make that connection in ours to Todd's book. So too. So thank you for that reminder there, Malden.
Yeah, we need to. You need to ask him what that should be. So to speak,
absolutely. So I will ask him at Gary Con as we're getting to that point. All right.
I was always a huge fan of Tales of the Outer Planes. It was a great idea.
Yeah.
And we turned it into an entire Dragon article, right?
Yeah. Eric Boyd wrote
a Dragon
it, right?
issue. Sorry, a Dragon issue.
Yeah,
because then Eric commissioned articles for different campaign worlds to all connect to the hub pub.
Those were like the glory days of Greyhawk, right in that end, man, when they had control and he could do whatever he wanted at that point, right? So wouldn't that be nice, Anna, to do whatever we wanted again?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Well, we can do that as long as
we can do it now.
If no one else pays us, we can do whatever we want.
It would be better to get paid for it, though.
Well, then you can't. That's the thing. Then you can't do whatever you want, so to speak. You do whatever you want, and then
The one downside of getting paid for it.
Exactly. If you get paid for it, then that limits you. So
now you don't own it anymore.
Exactly.
Well, yeah. That's true, and that's why you got to change things so that's changed in the article, and you keep your own. So that's the broken staff.
That's a creation from my campaign world as well.
Okay.
And so when I created the School of Psionics for the city of Greyhawk, and there's a page on my website describing that. The broken staff turned it. Well, I wanted a pub that catered to wizards and that, but the front for the School of Psionics is the broken staff as well.
Oh, okay. That's going to be over here.
What?
There's 23.
Okay.
20 is over. I thought 20 was over here.
Yeah, so the broken staff is an important part of my campaign because I had some psionics
There it is.
characters who were students in the School of Psionics, which is it's attached to the sewers. It's an underground, it's a
Nice.
below ground thing. And the students, the help in the tavern, they work as not the barkeep, because that's the owner, but wait staff and that, right?
So Rexalis asks, so the wild goose location came from Tales of the Outer Plains, or was there another product that Dennis was referring to? Or did
No,
you
that's
just...
it.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, no, that's it. Tales of the Outer Plains is where the wild goose came from.
There you go. Awesome.
So you're saying the psionic people mined the store?
That's what I'm saying.
By the way, let me just say this. If we, just like the Dungeon Magazine ones we do on Gavin with Anna and me, if we go slow, we'll make it as 3 parts. Don't worry. Okay? You know what I'm saying? It's an honor that Dennis came on, and we're taking this as an advantage. So if we gotta stretch this out, we'll stretch this out.
We have more weeks.
Yeah, we can do it. So it's here. We can do some other stuff in between. We get this done before Harby or whatever. But just note if it's
get Eric on here to talk about.
Yeah, we get Eric.
Yes.
We can ask Gary Con if he wants to come on. Yeah, absolutely. So this next one is in Expeditions to the Ruins of Greyhawk. So I'm assuming this is Eric's, the 9 of Swords, Dennis, right?
Yes, that's Eric.
Yeah, specifically because this guy was a hired gun. It's right here, right off the bazaar, Market Bazaar. So and had I think he has a thing against Quij, is it? He hates someone. I want to say it's Quij.
It could be.
He really
Says he lost
Eric's.
his hand against.
Sorry, I have to
Telemann.
plug in my headset.
No
because
problem.
It's dying.
No problem. It's not in here. It would be in Expeditions, but yeah, he right hand. Oh, he actually lost it to Kellenan, the god. To Kellenan.
That's impressive.
Yes. So Saranok. Technically, if you were to make this guy in 1E or 2E, he'd be the duelist class that's in the book. He'd be an actual duelist in my game. So, because look, I even call him a duelist down here. So he, where does it say that? I know, I just saw it. So, but yeah, that's what I would make him in my game. Because look, this expertise, fighter 9 expert, 17th level, and 3 points. So, super high level type. Yep. So highly skilled duelist. It says it right there. Yeah. All right. Maps by Melizakin.
I like this one.
Yeah. What is that?
Is this a Dennis creation?
I think that was a combination of me and Eric.
Hey, Celtic.
I think it was mostly Eric, actually.
And
So,
go ahead, Mike.
This map maker it says his masterpiece is the bird's eye painting of the city. So now that poster map.
Yeah, that was
meta.
Eric.
It's meta. It's in the game.
Yeah, they didn't have drones flying around back then. So how'd you
Oh, they have Sturges and a whole bunch of other stuff.
Yeah.
And there is no in the fantasy world. There is plenty of flying stuff. So
true, but
even
to map
things
the
that
city,
shouldn't be.
Yeah,
that's true. Yeah.
All right, here's a question: did anyone ever have? And I'm not talking about powered dirigibles. Did anyone ever have balloons in their game?
No, I haven't used that.
Okay.
No.
Okay.
That's a no. Yeah.
Yeah.
We had flying carpets back in the early
Yeah, flying
days,
carpets definitely.
but yeah, because that was in the
and brooms
DMG.
to fly. Yeah.
Flying
I don't think we had
ships.
brooms. I don't think we ever used.
Yeah.
No, I
Yeah,
don't.
you're
Never used that.
Dennis
But
big
not
Spelljammer guy.
balloons.
So yeah.
Not balloons.
No
Okay.
balloons. Spelljammer balloons? No.
I know balloons go in the area of the that cyberpunk feel or whatever it's called. Steampunk. I'm sorry. All right. So very cool. Meliscan's impressive inventory is not so limited to Free City. So. Clep maps of every known borough or tomb in the Cairn Hills. Wow. That takes the fun out of it. every known, some unknown. Wow. The grim.
Well, what he does is he pays adventurers
to
to bring in information. Whenever somebody finds a tomb, he pays them for maps of the tomb and adds it to his collection for selling
Okay.
out to other adventurers.
Well, clearly, Malezican has not met Anna Meyer.
Next, we go to the Grinning Mamet.
That's Eric as well.
Okay. Is a favorite destination for local children who are attracted to the fantastic. Wait, that's the toy maker.
That's the toy maker
yeah.
with, of course, the cursed toys.
Well, of
Eric's
yes.
Eric's horror-loving mind.
Yeah, I mean, he's always on Facebook talking about all these movies I never heard of even watching.
I know.
Like, what the heck? Yeah.
Is Eric playing your Puppets game?
No. Eric played in Puppets the year before, though. Remember?
The year before.
Yeah.
Okay.
Eric played Venerian
fitting.
Forward and Ed. Yeah, in the fundraiser year 5. So yes. So thank you. Thanks for doing it up here. So and last now, this is where now that I go back now. I have another establishment in this area. So this is Abel Carter. I have Abel Carters infiltrated by IUs all over the place, just like in Diamond, right? In Expeditions Roots of Greyhawk, they're infiltrated by IUsian spies. So I have that as well here. So because they're like, and then Tim's group is the Pete and John's Teamster Service, which is located in one of these buildings in this area here on the map, because somewhere I took a photocopy of your map and then I started marking down locations I'm adding in here. So
okay.
yeah, and it was probably in one of these right here. I think it was, or it could have been this one. I'm not sure. I don't remember specifically where I placed it, but it's placed here. So and that's Abel Carter coaching. There's others here though, and the article ends, I think.
Yeah, everything else
was not that was not detailed.
Abel Carter's ends there, and then all of the other stuff in that's actually not mine.
Really?
So
I'll go to day 32.
When Mad God Key was published.
Oh, okay.
Right, which was an adventure to a cairn, right? It starts off in the city of Greyhawk. It ends up in the cairn, one of the tombs in the Cairn Hills. Jason Bullman wrote a semi-sequel to Living Greyhawk core adventure called Key to the Grave. It was Core 4-12, COR 4-12 was the adventure. And the adventure was centered on that corner, that neighborhood of the city of Greyhawk.
Core? What was it?
COR 4-12.
COR 4-12.
This is a lot. This is a whole city block.
Holy crap!
And so what he did was what?
Uh-oh.
For another little while. Why?
20 minutes.
Yeah,
20 minutes.
I'll come up and talk. Hey, I'm gonna have to take a minute break here in a minute.
Go for it, man.
I'll finish the story here.
Yep.
So what he did in the adventure, and I pulled up the adventure here, anticipating we were going to end up there. What he did was Jason took the map.
Can you Discord that to me?
Yeah, he took a snippet of my original map and identified all of the buildings in that area that's centered around it. There's a tavern there, and well, actually, he uses the Broken Staff Tavern as a kind of a base of operations, which is kind of cool to see my creation used in Jason's article. But then he added a lot of businesses around it. So all of those identified areas there, from what is it? It's A24
to 36.
To A36. Yeah.
Wow. Those
are locations that were added by Jason for this particular adventure, and it's going to be a hard adventure for the average person to get a hold of.
Version 2.0.
It's Key to the Grave by Jason Bullman.
What are all the R's? What are all these little symbols all over the place?
Residences. R is a residence.
Got it. Okay.
An unidentified residence.
Okay. And there's
it's just a house.
There's a 2 here on this one. Looks like a 2. I'm not sure what that is. See that? Is that number 2 in
That
the? No, it's not A2.
no, I
up
think
here.
is that a 2 or a B or something or
I'm
an
not sure.
A?
No, I don't know what it is right there. Maybe it's just
Zoom in
it
there.
looks
I
like a
think it's an
2.
A.
Okay. It could
Well,
be.
it's a building that's attached to the broken staff.
Oh, it's an
and
A.
it's
It's
actually
attached. Got it. Okay.
it's actually the residence of the owner of the broken staff.
Got it. Thank you.
Yeah. Tell Diddle's residence. But yeah, so when Jason created this adventure, he really filled out this little corner
Yeah.
nicely, and so I added all of that to the version 2 map. That all came out after the
Yes, this one.
I had
It's
no
not,
idea.
it's not on this map.
yeah, not on that map. He used that map as the base when he created the adventure.
Right.
Yeah.
No, that's
Yeah.
awesome. Wow. So look at this. Put this in perspective. Just if the Artisan Quarter runs all the way over and look at this. There's nothing. I put 2 locations in here myself. There's room for 150 locations here. You could
Oh
do
yeah, no,
all your adventuring in this section alone in Greyhawk.
and never move. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Just think
Makes
about
me
that.
wonder why Gary Holian never did a post fest of designing areas in the city.
I'll be
ask
back in 1 minute.
Yep, sure.
Carry on.
All right. So, wow. What
Artisan.
great timing that Dennis came on and went over some stuff here. I mean, that is just awesome.
Yeah.
So I'm going to flip. I'm going to go from here. All right. And we're going to go close this one out and bring Living Greyhawk Journal. Now, we only have 17 minutes to get through all this. I don't know if we're going to be able to. But we can start. Gem of the Flanders, Clarksburg. All right. So this is only going to show locations that were added, I believe. So what's C1, C2, and C3 there, Mike, in the City Greyhawk box set? As we're moving up here.
Now we're in Clarksburg, right?
Yeah, I love Clarksburg. I found C3.
1 is the Great College.
1's Great
All
College.
right, what did I miss?
We're talking about C1, C2, C3. Eric didn't put in because
Oh, okay. We
Yeah.
moved to
C2 is the
Clarksburg.
library.
Yep.
Yep, C2's library. Yep.
And C3 is the old mill.
C2's here. C3's here. And C1 you said is the right here. C1 A B. That's the college. Multiple buildings right here.
Whole buildings.
Yep. Now here's your conflict with me. This C22, that is an
Okay.
actual residence. That's Salen Shadowmoon's residence in my game, along with another here. That's the Fellowship of the Torches residence.
All right. Well,
As
you can
well.
have that one.
Yeah.
Can you move your other one? Just move it over one.
Yeah.
There's some empty buildings.
Yeah,
there.
yeah, absolutely. So, all right. So, Leonard, I think only has what 12, Mike, in the book. 12 locations, something like that.
It's 18.
Oh, so it's more than that. Okay,
It's
In,
a lot. It's a lot more.
it's a lot more than Artisan Quarter.
Yeah.
So we start with the Black Dragon Inn that existed. So the Black Dragon Inn C4. This is going to be a lot more Eric than you, correct, Dennis? Because it said it's by Eric and not you on the article cover. Oh no, it says Dennis
Yeah.
Tetro too.
No, it was supposed to have both of our names.
Okay.
In I remember one of the articles he forgot to add me as a co-author.
Oh, beat him.
But I think still, but even then, I think that particular one, I think it was almost all Eric actually for that one article.
Yeah.
I think it'll start coming to me once we go through these.
Black Dragon Inn already existed. Jewelers and Gem
Yeah.
Cutters Guild Hall. There you go.
Yeah.
So another guild hall added, and which is good. So she's with some nice, nice artwork here. You know who the artist was on this? I don't know who that with
No.
that signature in it's all this. That I'm assuming that's a signature, a special signature for someone.
Yeah, I would assume so, but I
Matthew Mitchell?
don't know who it was.
Well, who is it, Mike?
The header says it's Matthew Mitchell.
Okay, Matthew Mitchell. Got
Oh, that MMM that
it. Yeah, it's
looks
double
like
M.
an MM.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. No, I don't know who that is.
All right, and then let's see. University of the Magical Arts is here, Is that
Yep.
is that which one doesn't have any doors? That's the Wizards Guild Hall, not this one,
Yeah.
correct? This university, yeah. University of Magical Arts. So, yep. Who? This is used to be. Where was Luke the head of Magic? Though he was not the university, correct?
Society of the Magic.
Right.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, the Society of Magi.
So-
So kind of a subgroup associated with the guild.
Okay.
University of Magical Arts. So back in the day, in my campaign,
Oh my!
with
Look at
this
that roster.
piece of paper is I had a Blood Bowl league of all the Greyhawk colleges. So
That is awesome.
The University of Magical Arts Lightning Bolts,
Oh
was
my
their
God, that's
mascot.
awesome.
and the Grey
Yeah.
College is the Greyhawkers, very original.
Oh man, dude, that would be like a streamed event galore if you had that stuff. Oh
Yeah,
my
for sure.
gosh, that would be awesome. Blood Bowl's a great game. Fun. All right. Wow, there's a lot on University of Magical Arts. Holy jeez.
Eric went to town on that one.
Yeah.
And little did we know he was eventually going to create the expedition to Grey. Well, I guess that was mostly the guild, though, right?
Yeah. Well, here's
The Guild
Curiel and
Hall.
Jalusian's here. So he's marked here, and he's from the original box set.
Yes, he is.
And it tells you how it's broken down. All the apprentices on the first floor. So he has this broken down into pretty much detail here.
Yeah.
So City Mint that existed before. I know
Yep.
that. C7. Which think about this. I mean, your own coinage. Yeah, I mean that's a big deal having your own coinage. That's one thing. Altamir is not. I don't think I'm gonna have a mint. I think we're gonna use. Whatever the county Ulick uses as coinage. And we never talk about that. You know what I mean? That's one of the things we never go like whose coinage and what. It's just gold pieces, silver pieces. Yeah, you know. What do you think on that? Like the city mint. Like we don't have minted. I'm assuming a lot of the Keelan had its own mint and all, but we never go into that.
And it's kind of cool in Greyhawk. They have different that then they say what's on the coins, so to speak. So
Right.
you can see what what they have on the on the coins, which is I think is really, really cool. Yeah.
I can't hear you, honey bunny.
I think this is new.
Yep.
The new mill C8.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I think that one is new. Dennis, New Mill College C8. That new?
Sorry, what was that?
New Mill College.
The
Baker's
new mill.
Yeah, I think that was new. I don't recall that in the box
I think
set.
Eric. Well, let me pull up
Which
Rogers.
I would have remembered this because it says about a quarter of the 50 students here are halflings, many from nearby Elmshire. Elmshire is the Palermo of Greyhawk. The most abused city in all of Greyhawk is Elmshire town. Yes.
That's the culinary school. So yeah, that's
New Mill College. No, New Mill College is Roger.
Roger. Okay, well, that's still it's outside the box set.
No, it's in the box set.
It's in the box set too. It is?
I think it is.
Wow, I don't remember that.
I think it is.
Wow.
But was it an actual mill in the box set and then Roger turned it into a college?
That I don't know.
Oh no, I don't like it now. Apparent attacks on the old mill include several deaths. Have a recent outbreak of food poisoning. A likely accidental has some seeing Scarlet Brothers in every shadowy corner.
Now that's Eric.
That burns. That makes me pee
Eric
blood.
Added that.
Otto, an anonymous benefactor of the college, is now taking an interest in the problems. I guess it's cool to write up a bit of an issue here, but keep Scarlet Brother out of the side of the map. Bard School. This is my favorite.
Yeah, that's
Bard
Roger
School.
too.
Yeah, Bard School's original box set.
With one of Roger's most weird names, Lactile Furlough.
Yeah, here it is. Lactile Furlough, the school's droll high tutor, is a master bard. 60 years. And he's human. Wow. So what I did here was I made the Bard School, like, what benefit do you have to going to Bard School? Because remember, old school, 7th level fighter, 8th level thief, then Bard, right? So our Greyhawk Bards that came here and attended here as they were leveling up had to get some benefit out of going here, right? So I gave them 10% of experience because bards don't get that 10% no matter what their stats are. But that if you attend the bard school, pay for the money for it, attend it over the course of a couple years or whatever, you get the 10% experience bonus. That was what we did. So plus you came out of it with an instrument. Yeah. So all right. Gem and Defense continues.
Look at that box. Yeah.
I don't know if this is going to work if I link this right now. livinggreyhawk.com. I doubt
I
that.
don't
That's
think.
I doubt
think
that's
it
gonna
ever
work.
happened.
Oh, it didn't. There are literally a dozen more neighborhoods to cover. So, wow.
Yeah.
False advertising, Eric. Just kidding.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Interesting stuff. What's this? The Bard School swore to take things seriously and field a competitive team. Students have weeks spread rumors about Killer Vots, their mysterious new team captain and Star Jumps player. What the heck? So I guess. Oh, he's a goblin. So they're playing Blood Bowl there, Mike. Is that where you got the idea from?
Yeah. In the original box set, it said that there was competitions in the arena. Obviously, it wouldn't be to the death. And
Right.
if it's between
Some kind of
colleges, I
sporting
thought, well, football made the most sense.
Yeah. That's awesome. All right. Bridge of Entwined Hearts, that's definitely there.
It existed already.
Yeah. You take it up above through the walk through Clarksburg, which is nice, and the pleasant streamings, and you hear the running of water, and you feel very serene, and you get to the bridge, and then your fiance attempts to kill you because she's a Rakshasa. Yes.
Yeah.
That's usually what happened.
Although the DM's notes on that one, I think, are mine.
Okay. The Great College student Stackery Cerebral. Wow, that's a
Stackery Cerebral. It's actually an anagram of a real person's name that I knew.
Oh, cool.
Time.
Which was what?
At the time.
Oh, you don't want to tell us because it's
no. I won't touch that one. I was younger.
But you kept Greyhawk traditions.
I get it.
But you kept the Gygaxian tradition.
Oh
of
no,
anagrams.
there's this my updates and Eric's updates are filled with anagrams. When Gary and I did the Iron Gate article, it's filled with anagrams. No, it's the tradition is long been held. Tell Diddle, the owner of the Broken Staff, is named after Ted Little, who was one of my one of my players from back in the day. And so I used his name as an anagram for,
nice.
Yeah, and it was his character Talos, who was one of the he was the first PC psionics player that was a member of the Psionics Guild that I created for that the Broken Staff was the front for, right? So Ted's character was key to that part of my campaign, so I figured I'd name the owner after him, and then in the sense it's to memorialize him as well because Ted passed away, unfortunately.
I'm really sorry to hear
but but his name, at least in anagram form, lives on, as well as his character. I think Talos is mentioned in there. Maybe I forget now if it was. We're going backwards now, but
it's okay.
But yeah, it's the articles have always been filled with anagrams. There's an anagram in the Iron Gate Dragon article. It's an anagram of Gary Holian's name, and he never did figure it out until I finally told him.
That's
yeah,
awesome.
This is actually you.
That's great. So
and there's a geologist in that article. It's an anagram of my name.
Oh.
Warren Leadstedt.
There you go.
I got it memorized.
Good job, Mike. So the Great College Savant Tavern is here.
Yep.
And this guy's got 23 intelligence. Holy jeez.
And
Once
that's not even 3rd edition rules.
yeah.
Wow.
Well.
That's like 40 in 3rd edition. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
he's
yeah.
the brother of Rary.
Oh.
Oh, and that's in the original box set, if I recall now.
So Rary has a brother?
Yeah.
I think so.
Oh,
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think it's in
okay.
the original box set there. Despite Arkan's public disavowal of his brother in 584, some Greyhawkers still cast an unfairly suspicious eye in his direction. So, I don't know if you saw it, but we had Anthony Pryor on 2 weeks ago, and he just said they told me to shake things up, and I did in the Rary because they gave him Rary Trader to write. He's like, I'm
Oh,
doing what I'm
okay.
told.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah,
Damn.
yeah. So, yep, yeah, very cool. Last one. So we don't get the whole Clarksburg in this. We only go up to C12, unfortunately.
Mm,
It's the Free City Arena, which we've had a ton of
Yeah.
stuff in. I know that Josh and the Slav Squad did a fundraiser for last year in the 5th, where they did that competition. I did one in the Free City Arena where it was part of the Age of Worms one at the end, where all the monsters came out, and I kind of stole that idea. So we've all used stuff here. What Rachnian is the bad the gladiator, right? It's Rachnian, who appears in Expeditions. As he's stuck in Castle Greyhawk and there's a lot of good connections here.
I actually got a blog post for that.
Do
topic.
you?
Yeah, let's see here.
Give it to me and I'll
No, right there. Champions Games.
all right, hold on one second. Oh yeah, you have all the groups you made up too.
Yeah, it's all the groups from the
All right,
Age of
I'm gonna
Worms
risk
thing.
this.
And
You're gonna have a double sound here, everyone. Sorry. For about 10 seconds or 5 seconds. In Castle Greyhawk. And there we go. Yeah, there's a lot of good connections here. Boom.
I actually got a blog post for that.
There we go. There we go.
Boop.
Yeah, just so I can get that up.
mm.
Cool. This is October. This is not that long ago, everyone. October 22nd. So yeah.
I haven't read that.
Yeah, and look, they got all these groups that are either in the book or you made up some, Mike. Are they all listed?
Those names are all from,
but they're not
the
developed.
adventure. I just gave them a little more development.
Yeah.
A little.
Very cool.
Yeah.
So that's if you want to use the arena for actual like gladiator combat. Whereas I like that the colleges have their own little. I mean, instead of doing like Blood Bowl, rugby, you can play Quidditch. I don't.
Yeah.
Have different schools competing.
Right.
No, I'm gonna leave this up here. So there you go. That's Loris Rachnian was the real high level. Oh, Vorix, the bare-faced Mangier, having as ravaged all opponents. So is in here now. There it is. Where to go? So that's a good picture there too.
That is a good picture.
And double M again. So yeah.
There you go.
Yeah. The net and trident, which was a big thing for gladiators back in the day.
Yeah, that was old Greek traditions and Roman traditions. Yeah.
So there you go, everyone. So unfortunately, when you go to Clarksburg, there are a lot of these located in, but I know Dennis has this area developed up. You got a lot of other things.
Yeah, more so. Yeah,
on his page. So we can go. You go to his page, the locations.
Although a lot of the locations that I have listed here on the website, they come from different, like Derider Fansion's residence.
Right.
Like there are things. Yeah, there are things that come from existing public. Don't think there's anything really much here that I've added from my campaign to Clarksburg that's brand new.
C27, I think, is new, man. I think one of them.
Oh well, the Seeker's Safe House.
Yes. C27.
That's the Seeker's Safe House. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Mm-hmm. I knew that was new. What's C22?
It's a boarding house. It's the room of Talasek Thraden, who's a character in the
it's okay.
Oh, the Falcon series.
That's right. Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Cool. So as you can see, this area, once again, you can go to the mountain site and you can go up and you can look. A lot of the stuff has some detail in it beyond C12. So, and he goes up to 26, if I recall. So up to
27.
27.
Yeah.
Yeah. The Seekers. So you got another 15 locations on mountain site you can just pull up and look that did not make it into the article. Because
Yep.
those were small articles, but and we haven't even scratched the surface on the foreign quarter, the old city, the river quarter. I mean, talk about huge areas. Yeah, so there you go. But look, what great timing to have done it.
And
Man,
things like the farm. There's 38 locations that were added because of the midnight model article from the Worm Food, the Dungeon Art, right? The Dragon Magazine 128 was the Worm Food article that included it. Was called Midnight Clee Describes That Neighborhood.
Dragon
and there's
number 128.
38 new locations
right there.
It just in that area. Yeah.
That is cool. You notice how the farm quarter is inside of the river quarter. It's kind of looped inside in a reverse crescent. Along with all the halfling and gnome mounds here in the city. So there's some really cool things. Yeah. It's a great place to adventure. We've done it for years. I think I got 5 or 6 full adventuring groups in my campaign. Obviously, Dennis has used it for years, so he's got legendary characters in here too. It's actually made in a publication. Think about that. It's amazing, right? It's awesome. So, some wonderful, wonderful. Haven't scratched the surface yet.
It's a cool place.
Burn through these 2 hours.
70,000 stories.
Yeah. It's a lot. So, give me some thoughts here, Anna, Mike. I
think we've gone through a good start, so to speak, when it comes to getting through the project. Well, I think we should talk a little bit about describe the different quarters of the city and their characters and stuff. I was
saying, this tour is not something you can breeze through.
Yeah,
it's not. Absolutely.
It's kind of it's so much stuff, and a little bit about the history of the city is kind of cool, both from a product standpoint, but also from an in-game standpoint. Do you know, according to I forgot what source, who found it, or who kind of got there and took it over from the Great Kingdom at year 4?
That I'm not sure of. I'm not, and I suspect that particular background was never ever developed.
No, I just found it on the. Hang on a second here. Now I need to. Now I took. So I'm taking it from the Great Library from Greyhawk Online, from their wiki article.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so it's kind of cool. So it was
made up.
Yep.
I don't know if there's an actual reference that.
Yeah, hang on a second here. I found it. Now I need to go back. I had it in my. I took it away. So yeah, I'll find it. I'll find it in a second here. I just need to.
What are your thoughts in closing as Anna's looking? You're muted.
Yeah, I didn't say anything yet.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah,
it takes me a while to find my mute button. Well, I'm glad I got in on the ground floor of this topic. I don't know if I'll be here for the entire tour. But it's definitely an area. It's a topic I enjoy.
More than likely, this will be next Wednesday. Will be the last stream because I don't think I'll be playing Thursday night before I leave for Founders and Legends and Gary. So that's all good. It's all good.
And I have one more old blog post from, good Lord, 10 years ago. And it talks about why you should use the gem of the Flannis. And then I offer some alternatives to the city Greyhawk.
Double sound for about 5 seconds, everyone, as I bring that up. Hold on.
Yeah, I can mention it was
one more old
Marit
from,
Nial
Great.
for coming year, the shrewd captain Marit Nial crossed the Ken Hills to Greyhawk and built a fort there. Declared himself the ruler of the Salintan Valley and was part of the and declared it part of the Great Kingdom. And from then on it was part of it. And it's supposed to come from, now I'm going to find it. Let's see here. Page 58 from the Greyhawk box set.
Yeah, Sam just said Marit Nial, aka
Oh.
Tamerlane, aka Steve Wilson.
Oh,
Okay.
From
There you
Greyhawk
go.
98, it says.
Yeah.
Thank you, Sam.
Yep. Thank you, Sam. Sam always knows the most.
Yeah.
So, yep. So that was kind of the not the beginning of the town, because Salintan and the land graph from Salintan and stuff was earlier on, but that was the beginning of the city of Greyhawk as we know it under the Great Kingdom, and then later on, so to speak. Yep.
But with Dennis on, we wanted to go right into what he wrote up and stuff.
Yep.
It was perfect. Yeah, absolutely.
And he also states in somewhere earlier that the Great Kingdom reached the city of Greyhawk in year 0, so to speak. So that was they declared the universal peace in Rosses, and the borders reached the city of Greyhawk. They say it reached the city of Greyhawk, but in fact they reached the Salinta, because the city of Greyhawk was built after, when the city didn't exist until the Erdi came there, so to speak. But they reached the Salintan and it became theirs 4 years later. They took over formally. So yeah. So there's might be I think I want to move it to like year 0. The Marit Nial got there in year 0, so they could start the city. Yeah, but it's like the historic records in the real world. Things don't match up everywhere. So it's the same thing here. So it's kind of cool. Yeah. Yeah, it's really cool.
Thank you, Anna, for sending me that. So, Dennis, thanks for coming on. Anything what do you want to say in closing, man?
Yeah, I don't know. It's a fun place to be. It's a fun place to adventure in. It's a fun place to create for.
Yeah.
It's always been the main hub. Excuse me.
It's okay. I did same thing happens to me all the time.
The main hub for my campaign has always been mostly focused on Greyhawk. The secondary hub, of course, is the city of Melcott, but
quite a geographic disparity between the two.
Why did I put Melcott where it is now?
It was open.
I needed a place that was empty.
Out of the way.
I mean, it's quite a bit if you want to travel between one and the
Oh,
other.
I see what you mean. Yeah.
Teleport better.
They both of the cities serve different purposes in my campaign. So
yeah, that wasn't much travel between them. It was like they're both.
No, there's not much travel between them. But different characters started in different cities. But a lot of over the decades, a lot of them have begun from the city of Greyhawk area, or at least their adventures start there.
Yeah.
They may have been when a player creates a PC's background, they can be from anywhere in the Flanaess. And well, they've traveled to the city of Greyhawk to find their fortune, and they meet the other players, and that's sort of lame. You've met in a bar. I try not to do the lame. You meet in a bar, but sometimes it actually is. They meet in a bar, but and some of them they meet along the way, the road from wherever they were to getting to the city of Greyhawk. Yeah. But it's been a hub. It's been a hub of activity for a lot of my campaign, and so I've dedicated a lot of effort to it, which has kind of contributed to its existence now in the end.
So, thank you so very much for hopping on, man. This was awesome.
Nah, no problem.
Learned some stuff. I forgot about the connection to the World Serpent.
Yeah, that's a fun connection.
Yeah, that was really cool, and all the other things you do and that you did jointly with Eric. It's awesome. Really adds to the area. Adds a lot of flavor to it. And note that there's no reason why if you get the original, Free City Greyhawk box set, Mountain Site, boom. That's why he has it
you
up
link
there.
them together.
Yep, definitely. Cross-reference them, link them together. It's not a problem. Mike, what do you got what do you got going on? Just getting ready.
Gary Con.
Yes.
Yeah, Gary Con going on. So
It's good enough.
not looking past that.
This will be we'll continue the discussion next Wednesday, so which will probably be last stream. Anna, what's going on?
Well, it's prep for now. It's like a week, and I have a week to finish up. So I've done 25 pieces of heraldry. I hope I can do another 4 or 5. So there will be 30 new for GaryCon. And then yeah, as much as possible to squeeze in as much as possible. Now I'm getting into actually doing the slides and stuff. So and some last minute renders and stuff. So yeah.
Awesome.
There will be a dump of heraldry coming to my patrons before GaryCon.
That's great.
Yeah, at least 25 shields. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
In case I have some energy when I get back, Patrick, we'll see, because I go right out on the road too for work after I get back. It's gonna be fun, but we'll worry about that. Everyone knows I talked about Sunday. I turn a certain age on Friday, right? 2 days.
Ooh.
But sandwiched
Happy
between
birthday.
Thank you. Sandwiched between them, Thursday night and Saturday morning are 2 adventures. So we're finishing up Awakening of the Sus, which has happened after, and the fundraiser, all those big heroes, Ravel Antar, Venarian Vord, banished the son of Orcus, to at least temporarily. The energy surge went and kind of animated everything that was possible undead in like a 50-mile radius, because I'm that kind of evil person. So this is part of the Knights of Ulick going in, fighting a whole bunch of undead, and there's going to be a real big baddie at the end. As bad as it gets for undead with a Greyhawk name. It's actually Greyhawk. Go hint hint. And there's a fight outside of this Karen and the Sus. So yep, it'll be fine. Nope. Yeah. Nope. You're 1 up. So sorry. Someone said I look 42 over the weekend. So I'm a happy person. So yeah. So Awakening of the Sus.
I can almost remember back to.
Yes. Yeah. Absolutely. Reaper Ranchers giveaway drawing. There you go. That's tomorrow night, 7:30. Okay.
I'll do a mapping live stream on Friday.
Sure. Beautiful. Yeah. That's all. Saturday. Yeah. I have only 3 players, but I only need 3 players because I have an NPC too. A hunter's work is never done is the name of the adventure. So this is out of Altamira. We got Heather Hex, Coco, Bunny, and Korg. 2/3 of some of Nuclear Meat, and our great Cobra, not Snake Plissken, but Cobra. The bounty hunter makes a return, and that'll be a fun. That'll be probably my last RPG before GaryCon, Founders Legends as well. So that's why I wanted to run that. I'm free this Saturday. Figured we'd squeeze in a game, so that's what we're gonna do. Right. All right. So, and lastly, quick schedule, so you know. Founders of Legends, if I can, I will. 3 days of Tharisden with the group is complete. Characters such, we have Fritz Winchester, Erebus, Morton, which is Todd Stashwick's, and then a bunch of characters you may know from Horn Holes are going to be part of this, along with Skarn may be in this one as well, along with 2 other adventures, and Ella Rothschild are part of the adventuring group for the Forgotten Temple of Tharisden in 3 sessions. Then if you're around, if you're going to GaryCon and you're around, find the club between 6 and 9 Central Daylight Time. Show up, get you on camera, talk, live. We kick off all streaming for GaryCon, 6 p.m. Wednesday. Okay, in the club, it's dual live stream in my channel. All right. There's already some of the confirmed guests right there.
Cool.
Yes. Razkill, you remember? Yes. So the last thing that Cobra said to Maram Soramir was, "Next time, if I see you again, I'll kill you." Razkill, you remember? And I reminded Heather about that, and she just chuckled. So we'll see what happens on Saturday morning.
I'm afraid that my attention is being drawn elsewhere in the house.
Dennis,
so
thank you.
I'm gonna say
thank you
thanks
so
a lot
much,
for
Dennis.
letting me
Awesome.
drop in
We're
on the
almost,
party.
yep. See you
Awesome,
soon, Dennis.
always.
Thanks.
And
Yep.
for
Have a good
sure.
one.
Thanks. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Puppets and then some. The group is finished with Lergia, played by Bird, Elazira, played by Coco, Dex the Misunderstood, playing by Valmoku. Lee gets to play Skarn Wolfmaster. Is playing Taryn's paladin, Ella Rothschild. Jim Stewart from Warp is playing Erebus, and Kurt is playing Millicent von Kessel, the dual-wielding fighter. That'll be a good group for Puppets and then some. And that'll be Thursday, March. Yep. Hang out, please. Thursday morning at Evergreen 2. Odds are, sorry, this is not going to be streamed. Evergreen 2 is usually packed with 4 tables. I don't think I'm going to be able to stream from Evergreen 2 on this one. So this one's probably next on the stream. This game, Eric Mona. So Joe Paulson has not gotten back to me on his character, but Justinius Greg is playing Skarn Wolfmaster in this game, and then we have Venarian Vord, Rosie, Kazara, Devin, and Lergia in this one. So we got one character still to choose out of this for this group finalized, because we got one sign up. We're communicating via email, so that'll be Saturday morning. This one will definitely be streamed from the Fontana Bay boardroom, 100%. That one's streamed. Lastly, this game with Ed Greenwood and 2 drink minimum. Alex asked Eric Boyd if he could play Telegord Stunkenord, and he's playing the half ogre. Yes, so Alex is playing that. Ravalantar, Nira, which is Anna's character. Nathan, Nick Solia, which is Tony's character, and then Chuck's got Robert DeCrayon. Steve Danielson, if anyone knows him, wants to play a wizard who knows Ravalantar. I'm going to have him play an Earth Elementalist. And I haven't decided if I'm going to make it a PC character or NPC character that I already have, or I'm going to make up a whole brand new character yet. So you'll see an Earth Elementalist, I think, for the first time I've ever run one at GaryCon. It's a really cool class. And so that'll be the new one on that. So I have 2 characters to make up, one for the Slavs and one for, and everything else is all, my roster's all done. All right. See you tomorrow night, 7:30. Let's do the giveaway. The giveaway tonight, winner gets choice of 2. Big one tonight. So last call. Choice of 2. Gonna close it out. Let's see who wins tonight's double shot.
There we go.
Yes. You know it's gonna be Dale, Caesar.
Yep.
It's all, yeah.
Yep.
Especially since I
already
just
put
said
money
it.
on, yeah.
Especially since I just said it. So here we go. Here the whips are out. Yes. Closed. Winner. Coco Bunny. Congrats,
Giving
Courtney.
Mhm.
Nice. That's a fix, right?
Yep.
An angel won.
Rigged.
I don't think she's won something in F. So good for her.
Yep.
Good for her. I'll get with her and get her some stuff. I give her a little some of the entry level stuff so she can continue to learn the game and all. So awesome. I'll rate Bones tonight. Are you guys all okay? Just please sit tight. I know it's video games, but Bones is great, and she is a part of the Slav Squad and part of this community and part of the Greyhawk stream team. So I always rate stream team people first. So let's do that. We're rating Bones, Lee, no problem. So see you all tomorrow night. Anna and Mike, thanks.
Yeah.
Mike, if you
Thank
get
you.
canceled again, you're welcome for next Wednesday too.
Oh, yes, we would love
Yeah.
to have you.
So all right, we'll see you all. Yeah, Coco's here. She's just lurking. She's here. She's in chat. She's in the chat list. So, gotcha. See you all soon for a great show. Really appreciate it.
Bye.
Anna, Mike, and of course Malden who hopped in.
Mhm.
The club.
Oh.
I'm in the club.
Yeah.
You have to find the club.
I'll
So
see
if
guys
you ever saw
later.
Constantine, right? Keanu Reeves says to Shia LaBeouf, and it's one of my favorite movies of all time because Shia LaBeouf gets killed in it. Sorry for giving it away, but you know, when they're trying to get in the club, the special bar club, and he goes, "You can get in, if you can get in, right?" So that's what I'll say to you about the club. You can get in, if, yeah, but as long as someone has a key, which I do. So. And my battery, my power pack is going here because I unplugged my laptop at some point here. That's all right. So, all right. Let me set the rate up. Awesome. awesome. Thanks. Setting a raid. God, I hate the way this thing does stuff now. I do a scroll through and I can't find it, and I gotta manually type her name in. They always try and change. Alright, got her. That's annoying. Okay. 5.